How you guys doing? What's going on? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. God got me, baby. Okay? Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. And it won't be no confusion. I think I want to say it again. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. And it won't be no confusion. I seen some emails. I hear y'all talking. And all I got to say is God got me, baby. I'm not worried about nobody because God is going to fight my battle. Do you hear what I'm saying? Now, we are here to talk about Angie Stone. There have been new articles coming out about her. And if you want to make something crystal clear, just talk black and white. Just give it to us straight, no chaser. All this hocus pocus with this and that is causing so much confusion. If you're going to get upset with people getting confused about this goddamn mystery and all these riddles. But enough about that. How y'all doing? Are y'all doing all right? We just got finished doing a great live and we are here again. Okay. I just want to say shout out to everybody that is here. We're going to have a good old time. I have the link up here for you guys to call up in here. I know it's a lot of stuff that's going on this messy YouTube space, but I'm not for the mess. I am not for the mess. I'm here to get to the bottom of this. I'm dropping names and what's going on, who did what and why. Now, this article shocked me. They're telling me that Angie Stone and the driver has something going on. What? Angie Stone and the driver has some hanky-panky going on? Man, I tell you what, every day y'all is twisting this story up, okay? And yes, I invite everybody to come up here and speak because these are the people that care about Angie Stone. These are the people that's in everybody's comment section. And I will not silence them. And that's the problem. Y'all want to silence people that got real questions and that can call out your bull crap. And you get mad and you want to censor them for questioning you and calling out crap as they see it. But like I said, I don't got to say nothing because God got me, honey. I don't got to say nothing. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. Okay, so let me read this article. Who has the proof of that? Let me read y'all this article. And you know what? I tell you one thing. If I was Angie Stone's friend, ain't no way I'm going to miss my friend's funeral. Ain't no way I'm going to sit back and allow to miss this opportunity to say goodbye to my friend. Ain't no way I'm going to know it's evildoers that took my friend's life and I know about it. And I'm just going to sit on the YouTube and just run my mouth. I'm going to be out here in these streets making things happen. Okay? Because y'all can't do nothing but just talk. I'm about that action. If that was my close friend, but child. Y'all gonna run my blood pressure up. Y'all gonna run my blood pressure up today. So let me break this on down. All right, so breakdown report. Angie Stone was set up in silence. The cold hustle, the fake friends, the police report. And let me look in the comment section, see if y'all got something to say. You know I'm going to tell it like it is. That's all I know is to tell it like it is. Okay? I don't come up here with all these hidden puzzles and eggs that you got to figure it out. This ain't no damn game. This is not a game. Okay? This is not a game. All right? So Stone clapped back. Now, who he clapping back to? Huh? Who clapped at Stone first? I don't know. But you better not come over here. Don't come over here effing with me. Okay? He calls out bloggers. What bloggers did he call out? Did he name names? Huh? Did he name names? Huh? What bloggers did he call out? I want to know what bloggers. And it's bloggers or blogger. Which one is it? Okay. Okay. Stone Paxton. Okay, said blogs is twisting his words. Well, shit, that ain't that easy. With all this scribble scrabble, shit, it's easy to get confused. Okay, and spinning false narratives for clickbait, warning that it's harming Angie Stone justice movement. Only thing is harming Angie Stone is you sitting up on information, you're not telling the police, and you're not doing action. You're not getting in these streets and doing something about it. Coming up here gossiping to us about this shit, you need to be in these streets, okay? Shit. God damn it. So, cold guy exposed. Can we get a name for the damn cold guy? I'm looking in the comments. Cheryl, what you say? Honey, I'm just curious. Now, is that guy Stone name been that, or he just adapted? I don't know, child. I have no idea. All I know is I got information. They said Stone is a reality star. He was on a dating show. He's trying to be with two women. The Tame Roman, two women. Okay, given I guess Neo, and you already know what they say about Neo with all those women. You can't hide, bro. We see you, okay? We see Neo beside all them damn women. We know what's going on. Okay, so cold guy exposed. Angie paid a so-called cold guy $15,000 to help her reclaim her royalties. But the man was allegedly a fraud who held up the process and never delivered the full codes. Okay. And shit, didn't we report on this yesterday? When Stone and his brother stepped in to help Angie, they discovered many of her songs was coded incorrectly, and some were registered under another man's name, possibly a former legal associate. Well, who is the person name? Let's just drop them damn names. You know the names. Drop the names, okay? And only person that's coming out talking about they got inside information is one source. So if anybody's getting confused, that means you're not doing a great job with just being clear with your message. You have to be clear with your message. This is social media. Of course, people go, if you're not clear with it, they may interpret it into something that it may not. That's why you got to be crystal clear. You know, if I said Chanel did it, Chanel did it. I'm not going to have you up here guessing it's Sheila, it's Bridget, it's Brandy. Hell, that's set up for confusion. Chanel. You can't get confused if I say Chanel did it, damn it. All right. So, music industry mess. Stone explains how recording songs can disrupt everything, delay royalties payouts, and permanently damage an artist's digital trail. Shocking police report. A woman who claims she worked on a documentary with Angie says she was threatened and filed a police report after attending Angie's second funeral. What? A woman who claims she was worked on a documentary with Angie, but we have no names. So we don't know if this is real or fake. We're just assuming this is legitimate because it's coming from a person that was allegedly Angie Stone's friend, but didn't show up at the funeral. Okay. Angie says she was threatened and files. The woman who claimed she was worked on a documentary with Angie. So she was working on a documentary with Angie. She was threatened and filed a police report and attending Angie's second funeral. So do any of the other bloggers, do they have this police report? Is this police report public where people can look up and see? Can y'all look this report up? They are saying it's a police report out here at Angie's second funeral. You guys know what state and city that was in, right? So look up and figure out around that time who put in a police report. Okay, they said the person filed a police report after attending Angie's second funeral. And then I heard, I don't know how true it is, but they said somebody was fighting. Diamond was fighting somebody, but I don't know how true that is either. It's so many lies and speculations that's going on out here. Okay. But hold on, I do have April. April, are you there?
Uh-huh. Yes, I'm here.
Talk to
Hi.
me, April. Hey, baby.
Hi. I just want to let you know that you look so beautiful all the time. You stay sharp.
You. Thank you.
You look fly. Yep. I just want to say to the Angie Stone situation, I'm not sure if you're going to agree with me or not, but that's okay. To be honest, I'm not sure if people in the comments going to agree with me or not, but that's okay. I feel like Angie Stone was murdered. Somebody wanted her. I feel like somebody put a hit on her.
You know, somebody put a hit on her, April. The whole industry was going against her. She kept on saying that. Well, okay, they said, Gigi, he wasn't talking about you. The woman on your panel was talking about them clothes. He wasn't talking about you. Well, child, they came up here. I got 5, 10, 15 emails. They were saying, yeah, he's calling you out. He's talking shit about you. He's shading you. And I said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let God handle that. Okay. I didn't even go over there to watch. I just going to let God handle that. Okay, because I've never had no issue with nobody, and I don't intend to. And if somebody got an issue with me, that ain't my problem. If somebody talking about me, that's not none of my business. Okay, that don't got shit to do with me. Okay, all right. So I want to know. I agree with you. I don't think nobody else feels like this is a freak accident. But let me look up in here. Press one. Do you guys feel like this is a freak accident that's going on? Press seven if you feel like April feel that this was an intended hit. April, I'm with you, girl. You know they
Hmm.
intended to hit her. You know that.
And then you do got other people out there, especially people like me and you and others, know that because I do feel like she was murdered because it's just like the Whitney Houston, the Michael Jacksons, the Prince, and Vanity and Phyllis Hyman and other people, and I feel like and I think I said this to you before, Gigi, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like Clyde Davis, those that be working under him, he be killing his employees when they every time they the people that expose him, he always put a hit on somebody allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know that for
What he
sure.
does. That's what he does, April. And that's why Diddy picked up on that. Because if you talk about Diddy, he's going to have you wiped off the board. If you mess around with Diddy pieces like Kim Porter, whoever, he's going to wipe you off the board. He get it from his pappy. You know, he never had a father that raised him. So Clyde Davis came in and he looked at Clyde Davis as his daddy and he picked up on Clyde Davis works. Okay. So yes, that you exactly right, April. You hit it right on the nail. You
Hmm. And you know what too, Gigi, do I have enough time to be on your live?
go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if I know other people got to get in.
Don't worry about them. Worry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, okay, okay. Like what? I did see the funeral of Angie Stone. That lady, I don't know, do you remember, Gigi? I think it was two of her friends. That it was her friend that took it pretty hard. I don't know, should I say was the lady being fake or something?
Can
I
you
don't know.
name that name? What's the name?
I can't think she had on dreadlocks. I can't remember her name, but she said she was a close friend of Angie Stone. She
They
took it.
all say they're a close friend, but if y'all can drop a name, you know I like names. But she's
Yeah,
with braids.
yeah, and she sing a song, I'm gonna miss you, and then after that she broke down crying. I don't know, was she a real friend to Angie Stone? Cause what's his name, Michael, her son, did a video just recently saying like he was fed up with all the the fake friends and fake family members and fake associates at the funeral doing all that fake crying and stuff like that, and the people wasn't really there for her. So I was wondering, was he talking about that lady that made that song I'm going to miss you, and she just broke down crying, and I think some man had to pick her up off the floor because she broke down.
Mhm. Yeah. I want to talk to you guys about this too. It says this, going back to Stone. Stone said a woman, I don't know what woman this is, but a woman he was in contact with. He said they had suspicious behavior. The woman allegedly told Stone, she called him, I don't know if she called him or texted him, but she said, Stone, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about this. And you guys got to watch it because we had numerous people come over here talking about they are the grandson of Lethal Carter,
I
talking about
saw that. Yeah.
wait, April, talking about they are the cousin of Angie Stone. I mean, these people are wild. I believe that these individuals are plants. They are planting to come up here to distract and to do all this hocus pocus. You know,
Hmm.
it's just the chaos. It's confusion. They just want to put in confusion. That's all it is. And you know who is the kingdom of confusion? Satan. Satan.
Hmm.
All right. So he says the woman said it. She had a lot to say, and she claimed that her life is in danger. I would say, well, bitch, get off the phone and go call 911 because I can't help you. Okay. But you know what? That's that same play that guy Ty. I call a name. You know me. Remember, he kept on coming here talking about the police is at my door. Well, what the hell you telling me for? Okay, I can't do shit about that. April, what can I do if the police is at your door?
You can't do nothing about it.
All I can do is pray. I don't want to talk to you.
Hmm.
And take care of you. I'm trying to figure out Angie Stone. I'm not trying to, I don't give a damn if the goddamn buffaloes is at your door. I don't give a damn. Okay, that's what you and the police got. I don't care. Okay. So yeah, it seemed like it's the same play. So Stone said the lady said she felt like her life was in danger and she wanted to have her father and a cop detective on a phone call during their first conversation. So I guess Stone don't even know these people. You know, it's just random people that's hitting them up and he's just talking. Stone gonna get effed up in a minute, right? They're gonna set his ass right on up. Stone felt like it was a setup. He says her eagerness, she was very eager, okay, to involve a detective from Atlanta raised a lot of red flags, especially since he had already spoken with a detective from Alabama. Funeral drama. Stone says he didn't attend Angie's funeral, and I've been waiting on this answer because he never received a formal invitation. Man, you don't gotta have a formal invitation when this is your friend. If this is your friend, maybe, baby, please, baby, please. I don't got it. I don't give a damn. I'm busting through the door. Wasn't it the public there, April? April. Was it
Yeah.
public there?
Absolutely.
The bloggers were there. Give me a break. You
Yes.
want somebody to roll
Yeah.
out the damn red carpet? You want
Right.
private seating?
Mm,
No.
right.
Bump all that celebrity,
Yeah.
bump all that red carpet, bump all that. You know, you come here to say goodbye to your friend and to figure out what's going on. If you really want to know what was going on, you should have had the boots on the ground, asking questions and figuring out and making contact, especially with the people that was there in that van. But let's keep on going. Okay. Stone says he didn't attend the funerals because he didn't receive a formal invite. Bullshit. And he felt it was staged with fake energy and potentially unsafe. Ain't nobody gonna touch you, Stone. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Shit. Okay, just carry your pow, your Bible, and you should be good. Okay. All right. So it says broken trust. Angie's own assistant allegedly failed to invite Stone to the funeral despite their close relationships. I mean, it was public. April, was the funeral public or not?
Yes, yes, the funeral was public. I saw it
Why
on
do you
TV.
need a goddamn? Why do you need a private invite? It's a public,
Right,
not a public.
right.
If you care, you love her. See, that's some celebrity shit. That's some. Oh, I gotta feel like I'm this and I'm that. You know, that's that celebrity based shit. Cause ain't nobody gonna stop me from saying my.
All he had to do was just go, cause it was a lot of people there. All the celebrity, Pastor Jamal Bryan was there. Him and his new wife. Oh, Gigi, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you that. I'm not sure. Did you hear Pastor Jamal Bryan said Angie Stone, the one told the new birth church, the board, uh,
Yeah, pick him.
yeah, yeah,
He said
mm-hmm,
he would have never got in the position that he was in if it wasn't for Angie Stone. But you know, she has done that for a lot of people. That is just how
mm-hmm,
she is. She's always giving. She's always looking out for everybody. And it's a damn shame people don't look out for her. She bent over backwards to open doors. So you know what she did for Jamal? She put food on his table, April. And it's a damn
mm-hmm.
when they snatched food from her table, was Jamal around to help her?
No,
Huh?
no, he wasn't around.
And he want to sit his black tail to tell the story like
Mhm.
he's so down and loyal to her when he ain't nothing but a damn op. If you can
Absolutely.
sit there and watch your friend struggle and not help, you a damn op. You a damn
A-
op.
absolutely. You preaching, sister. Amen.
Whew. So it says broken trust. Angie owned assistant allegedly failed to invite Stone to the funeral despite their close working relationship. I don't that don't sit right with me. Making him question the circle around Angie at the time of her death. Child, that's what made you question Angie because they didn't give you a formal invite. I'm sure they got
Mm,
a lot of shit going on in their mind. They ain't thinking about Stone. Stone is
absolutely.
come as you are and see
Right.
your demise.
Right.
Call for unity. Stone urges Black content creators to stop fighting. Who fighting? Can we
Right. And
names? Who? What
right.
YouTubers are fighting? Huh? I
Right.
missed out on that memo. I want to know what
Right.
what Black content creators are fighting, y'all. Put it in the comment section. I'm curious.
Right.
Who fighting? Huh? Cause y'all be saying some shit and who fighting? What YouTubers out here fighting?
Also, Gigi, where is all the other station like CNN? None of them ain't talking about the the Angie Stone situation like you are. Like where it's like the CNNs, Fox News,
I
uh,
don't know, child. But hold on, let me put up in here. Because
okay,
I'm gonna share also tough news, okay? And he's gonna say the same thing. And let's react to this, and then we're gonna talk about the relationship, okay? With her and that mystery man, because I really want to know what is going on with Angie Stone. And allegedly she's out here sleeping with the driver. Sleeping with the driver. Can you believe that?
the one that drove that van.
Yeah, that's what they're saying out here.
Uh, yeah, I heard about that. They had an affair before she passed.
April, I have never heard about this until right now. So you
Yeah.
are telling me something new. Do you hear me?
Mhm.
Do you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. Yep.
Uh-huh. All right. So I don't know which one is gonna go first. I'm just gonna put this one right here because I'm just so curious. Let me uh, and I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want y'all to hear this. Let's play. You got locked up.
highlighted allegedly where Angie called this person out after she was betrayed by this particular individual, which led to Angie allegedly calling this person out for having an inappropriate relationship with the younger Tevin Campbell, basically saying that Tevin at that particular point in time was under AG.
Hold on. Let's roll this shit back. Okay, did we miss something? Shout out to Tough News. Shout out, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Shout out to Tough News, y'all. All right.
So before we get started, I do want to talk about something that transpired last night that's rather interesting to say the least. Now, you guys know that I dropped a video on last night where an old school artist from back in the day actually reached out to me and told me some information as it pertains to Angie Stone confiding in someone that she thought she could trust and ended up being betrayed by this particular person in the end. It also highlighted allegedly where Angie called this person out after she was betrayed by this particular individual, which led to Angie allegedly calling this person out for having an inappropriate relationship with the younger Tevin Campbell, basically saying that Tevin...
Time out. Who had an inappropriate relationship with Tevin Campbell? Okay, y'all know how I am. I want to know who the hell it is. April, who had an inappropriate relationship with Tevin Campbell that Angie Stone knew about?
Right, right. Because I
You
don't
don't
believe.
know, April?
I had no idea who. Because I thought
Don't
Tevin
y'all
Campbell.
know that? Hold on, press 1 if you want to know that T. Okay? And shout out Big Medea. Medea, we're going to have to work together one day. You hear me? We're going to have to work together one day, Medea. But, okay, Quincy Jones. What? Ooh, Quincy, you need to be up under the jail. How dare you? And you got him messed up like that. Look at Tevin Campbell right now. Because of your influence, Quincy Jones. How dare you? He has so much potential, and you have to suck the life out of him. My God, these are vampires. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And Angie knew about this. And what did she do? I know she didn't turn the other cheek, but let's hear. Oh, they said Quincy dead. He gone. Quincy dead. Well, I guess he gone now. Well, Quincy, you hear my ass. Quincy hear me. Shit. I'll cuss his ass out in death.
That particular point in time was under AGE. Now, interestingly enough, this led to somebody hitting me up. Now, this particular person I've been trying to talk to for a couple of years now and just have a civil conversation, ask a few questions. You didn't want to talk then. You were on your high horse, but all of a sudden you want to reach out and have a conversation. Why you want to talk to me all of a sudden? I didn't mention your name, bro. I didn't say anything about you. I didn't mention anybody's name.
Oh, Tough News. Can you mention the name now? Shit. Who is Tough News talking about? Okay. Is it a big celebrity? Hey, Puzzle Baby.
What's up?
I missed you on that show, girl. What's up?
I was working out.
I know you was. You know I'm selfish when it comes to you, Puzzle. I'm selfish. My relationship is so toxic, okay? Because I want you all the time. And I don't care what you're doing, Puzzle. I don't care. Okay? All right? So I'm going to continue to play.
I said I had an inclination of who it is, and I left it at that. What's wrong? Are the demons inside eating you up alive? Huh? This persona that you project online, you know that ain't really you behind the scenes. You know what? I've been sparing your ass. And this is your last and final warning before I tell the world who exactly you are. So go on, get.
Ooh, tell it, Tough News. Tell it. Who is this person, y'all? Puzzle, do you know who this is?
No, I don't. That's why I was sitting here like, what?
I want to know who this person is. Tough News said he been sparing that ass. And I bet it's a homosexual. What you think? It gotta be a gay man.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm sitting here thinking, who's the younger guy? Who would it be?
But I don't know. But I know I don't think it's a woman he talking about. But let's go.
Somewhere. Because I don't want to have a conversation with you now. You didn't want to have a conversation back then, so we're going to keep that same energy flowing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, a hit dog will holler. That's what my mom used to tell me all the time. Why are you so antsy? Why does it seem that you're so concerned now and you're super friendly and you want to go out and have a drink? Newsflash, I don't drink alcohol. I wouldn't even have a glass of water with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is the last time I'm going to warn you because I know.
Oh, didn't I tell you as a man, Puzzle? Didn't I tell you as a man?
Yeah.
He said, bro, okay?
But I hate that they don't name drop. Like,
I
stop.
keep
Just say
saying
who it
that shit.
is.
Right. Ain't nobody got time. Shit. You don't even like him, Tough News. Just drop
Exactly. Just
hey,
drop the
shit.
name. What are y'all so
Don't
afraid
got
of?
time to be wondering who it is.
Hello, everybody.
Good night. Hey. All right, let's keep on playing.
That you're watching this video, it would be in your best interest to stay over there, and I'll stay over here on my side, right? There's nothing for us to talk about. We don't operate on the same frequency, all right? But anyway, guys, let's move along because I want to talk about Angie Stone and a situation that was brought up to me about a week ago, but I elected not to put that information out. Now, Stone Paxton, who has been working tirelessly and diligently to help Angie recoup her publishing and recover her finances as it pertains to unpaid royalties, put out a video talking about the driver. And he says something very interesting about the fact that someone had conveyed to him that Angie and the driver Lethal knew each other for years. So it wasn't like Lethal had just popped up on the scene and got hired and all of a sudden he became Angie's driver. They're saying that there was a relationship between the two of them. Now, how deep did their relationship go? Well, it's potentially up for debate as it pertains to the information that I've received. Now, Stone Paxton also talks about a code guide that was put in place by Angie Stone.
Okay, well, what y'all talking about relationship? Are y'all talking about a sexual relationship, a romantic relationship? We know Lethal was a hoe, but I thought Angie liked him young. I don't know. And I saw pictures. Somebody sent me pictures of Lethal and Angie back in the day. It was like a year ago. They were sitting on a couch. Thank y'all for that photo. So what did Stone mean when he was talking about they had a closer relationship?
I think it's all a diversion. I think they're just coming. I think they're stretching it a little bit. They're going too far. Oh my God.
Yeah. Not a romantic relationship. What shit? Just say they friends. What the fuck you gotta say relationship for?
Right.
Just say, oh, Angie and him, they were cool. They were friends. They had a brother and sister relationship. She saw him like the brother. But when you doing all this relationship and you talking about freak offs and this ditty shit and Hollywood, you already know what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you cause a lot of speculations when you're not clear what's going on here. Let's be clear. So there's no room for error.
Mm-hmm.
It's no room for speculation.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's easy, right?
Because they're killing me with all of this. I'm sparing you. No, don't spare them. Just say their name. Like, what are we so afraid of? It's so irritating.
Shit.
Yeah, like say it.
I want to continue to play.
And Angie paid this guy $15,000 to help recode some songs. And this was an effort for Angie to actually be able to get the money that she felt that she was so deservingly owed over the years. But it's a very interesting story. And it seems as though, according to Stone Paxton, that this guy was just a hustler and he wasn't doing his job. So I want to play a portion of that as well. So I want you guys to sit back and remember, watch this video all the way through, because at the end, I'm going to share some information that was sent to me from someone that's close to the Angie situation that highlights the true alleged nature of Lethal and Angie's relationship.
It's been interesting, this whole situation, because Angie's been gone about maybe 2-3 weeks. And this situation has been, I just don't get it, you guys. Like all the media coverage we see on other things, and why there's not even the proper media coverage about Angie and her passing. And we're knowing that this is being ruled as a homicide. Know that. That's just common sense, right? But why the media has not been covering this, I have no idea. And I will say again, why a lot of celebrities.
All right, let's stop the bullshit. Is the media picking this up as a homicide? That's what we think. Hell. But the police have yet to come out to talk about it's some damn homicide. Exactly. Like, what are you pulling here?
Right.
I don't know. Press 2 if the police came out here and say this is ruled as a homicide. Ain't no news report said that. That is what the people think. That's just what the people think. That's it. That's all that is. So
and he's just getting more views.
You know, this is all, no, it's not. It has not been solidified. This is what we feel. This is what we think.
Yeah.
But it had, did I miss something? What a news coverage at? Can y'all send that to me? Because I've been waiting.
And he just said that. He was like, where's the media coverage? But then he turned around and said, they're ruling it as a homicide. Who? Stop saying they
Thank
or
you.
it
That's
or
the point.
he, she. Just say, like, that's what's cowardly to me. Just be blunt about who,
Right.
what, when, where, how. Stop with the insinuations that are not making sense. Like, that is the most irritating,
And you
because
know
what they're
what?
doing is just trying to keep people watching and
Oh,
viewing.
Dan.
Yes.
And y'all know what too? Where's why come Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Gary with the T? Why is they not on this Angie Stone
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the
Breakfast
situation?
Club, they'd be the first one to do it. The Breakfast Club.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Breakfast Club. Why is they not talking about this? Gigi, you the best one, and the other guy, what's his name? Tough News, and some of the other bloggers. Y'all the only. I think all the bloggers, y'all the ones that's doing the Angie Stone.
And yeah,
Uh,
introvert style, but it's just a few of us, and it's just we just YouTube, but we're not like the news. This is just what we
right,
come up with. But
right.
he also said, "Why aren't the news talking about this shit?"
But you
What
got
type of
money. Why
question is
don't you?
that?
He can book some interviews to go on the Breakfast Club or Ricky Smiley or any
Yeah,
of
and
these
he Hollywood,
shows
ain't he famous and shit? Don't he work with the celebrities?
with that baby doll curl in the front of his head.
That's a good question, Puzzle. Why hasn't what's his name?
Stony.
Stone. Why hasn't Stone went to the Breakfast Club? Huh? Why hasn't Stone?
Right,
You can go there. You can just say,
Yes.
"Hey, I believe that this is what's going on."
Correct.
Why isn't he getting an interview with the news?
Correct.
Why isn't he going on different major
Mm-hmm.
podcast people
Mm-hmm.
real big to tell the story?
Right. Because he can book for that. If you're saying, you
Yeah,
know
and
what,
they would
before
love to
Angie
talk to
Stone
him.
passed, right, we were looking into this, and I want to bring this to mainstream because I'm feeling like it's not getting the attention. You sitting on YouTube like you jump starting your career. I don't understand that. That is so cowardly, and it's starting to irritate me. It's
Right.
irritating
Somebody
me.
gonna say, "Oh, he's scared of being off." Y'all don't get it. Well, he ain't that damn scared if he's talking on YouTube in a public platform where everybody
Mm-hmm.
can hear and see.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
if he's
share
so
it.
close and he's Hollywood and he knows these people, if he's constantly talking in a public forum, what is the scary? What's the difference between him on his public forum and him actually going to a platform to get interviewed about this situation so he can spread awareness? Ain't his
Right.
only intention to be on YouTube is to spread awareness? Is that the purpose, or did I get it wrong?
Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's funny because somebody has sent word that nobody talk about this because the media is very quiet and that silence is purposeful. So what is it? What has happened? Because even some of the common ones that you mentioned, Gigi, Breakfast Club or your Ricky Smiley, somebody said Gary with a T, any of them, normally they would still be talking about this or they would be giving their
Right.
feedback, but they haven't.
Angel talking about where the Breakfast Club don't want no drama. They live for drama.
That's
They
all
just
they
did
do.
this whole stage thing with Jess Hilarious and that girl. That was
Mm-hmm.
all stage. They
Mm-hmm.
live for drama. Please.
All the
TMZ
time.
live for drama. They on news talking about what did he have for
Mm-hmm.
lunch. Okay, so spare me with the bull crap. You know all these outlets live for mess. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't scared of no mess.
But if they want to silence you, they can do it,
Right.
and that's what they've done. This
And
silence is purposeful.
the
Hmm.
shade room ain't even talking about the
Is
Angie
that
Stone.
Keontae? Keontae, you in the
Yes,
building?
boo. Hey, stinker butt.
Hey,
Yeah, Miss Harris came in my last thing late, but I still love her though.
that's my
I'm
boo.
sorry, sweetie.
It's
I
okay.
am.
I already told Puzzle. I said, listen, I'm very how can I say it? I'm very aggressive when it comes to you, Miss Harris, and y'all, because I expect y'all to show up every time I pop up. Y'all better pop up. You know what I'm saying? And I
I was
expect
coming.
and I be
I was
upset
coming.
when I see y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
got a new grandbaby and he was crying and I had to put him to
Mm.
bed, baby. I had to get him together.
Come on,
Saying, I
sis.
understand. I understand. But I'll be jealous of your time. That's all.
But
But
they
Oh,
they
it's
got
okay. I got you, boo.
They got this media scared straight because this is the quietest I've heard in a long time when it's come to celebrities passing. Like normally they want
Yeah.
the story, they'd be talking about it. I am so curious to know what is it? Who said what? Who some it's something. And that's crazy because not only did they not properly publicize, like you heard that she passed, but you didn't see any news media and you haven't heard any. It's just crazy. That is the weirdest thing ever.
Angel, well, maybe I misunderstood what you text. She said, "Excuse you, Gigi." I said, which is ridiculous. All these stars are chicken. Bottom line. Okay,
Mhm.
we already know all these celebrities are compromised, but we were talking about Stone actually getting up with Breakfast Club,
Right,
doing these
Mia?
interviews to tell people he feels like this is a homicide. That he's gone around different platforms telling people he feels like this is a homicide. If they will listen to Orlando Brown talking about Wild
Come
Nights,
on.
you don't think they're going to listen to him about Angie Stone? Stop
Hmm.
it. They
Hmm.
will. It's a story. They're going to pick it up. But why won't he?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yvette donated $20. Hey,
Whoop, whoop.
woo, woo. Thank you, Yvette.
Let's go, Yvette.
Come on. Let's go, Eve. All right. So I'm getting some text messages that I'm going to read.
Wait, Gigi, Yvette gave $20. We got 1,000 people in here. Lock the door.
Yeah, we're going to lock the door.
Yeah.
We about to lock the door, y'all. Okay. All right.
Stone got a lot of stuff for him.
All right.
Stone got a lot of
I'm
stuff for him.
getting this, I'm getting this message from Tone. Damn. I'm getting this message from Storm. Okay. Sorry, Storm. I'm getting this message from Storm. Storm says they lied. Angie never had a gig in Vegas. Stone is a lie.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna say, can you come up here?
Oh, wow.
Can you please come up here? I'm begging Storm, y'all.
But you know what was funny? I thought it was kind of weird that he said that too, because normally when a celebrity is going to have a residency in Vegas, they announce it in a certain way. You'll either see it around the Super Bowl time, or a commercial will pop up, or you'll start getting information mainstream so that they can tell you where and you can prepare for tickets. And I found it odd that I never saw that regarding Angie Stone. Like I never heard it. It's a lot of stuff that they're saying right now. And I'm like, something doesn't make sense because I didn't hear about a lot of these things. Like you just didn't hear it.
And you know they love Storm, y'all. Like
Mhm.
my audience, they love Storm. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
like, oh,
He
tell
keeps it real.
yeah, they love Storm. Okay. So Storm said he will come. I'm not sure when he's gonna come. He also states that I caught every spot in Vegas, and they were talking about nothing happened because they were concerned with her health, so it never happened.
Mm,
Okay. He
mm.
Oh
also
wow.
said Angie had nothing wild. She filed, oh, she didn't have any money. Angie had nothing. She was brokety broke. Angie filed for bankruptcy in 2021, and that's how they found the missing money because she had to account for it. And it was shown as a loss. This is so sad. He also states that Lethal was doing artist management under her company name, Lee Entertainment. Okay. Okay, so hold on. Is he here? Okay, he ain't there yet. Uh-oh, Magic. Hey, we
Hey,
got the truth.
Magic.
Hey,
Hi. Hi.
Hey.
What's
hey,
up, boo?
Magic girl. You know I
Mhm.
get excited. Hey.
I
Hi.
know
Yeah,
Magic is in the
in the
building. What is up?
building.
Where Nikki at? We need Nikki back.
Yeah, we do.
Magic, you left us last night. I was like, where did Magic go?
Magic fell asleep because I had to get up early in the morning to go to work. I fell asleep.
I understood.
I'm sorry, you guys.
It's all right. So, Magic, we just got some news. Okay.
Okay,
Storm.
what's going on? Fill me in.
Okay, well, first of all, they was texting me, girl, all last night. They was in my emails and everything, right? Trying to get me hyped and shit, right? They was like, oh my God, Storm is talking shit about you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'm not going to worry, but I'm going to give it to God because God fight my battle. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Then there was like, oh, he wasn't talking about you. He was talking about somebody else on that panel. And I was like, oh, no. Anyway, Storm, he says that Stone, he believes he lied about certain things. So he's going to come up here. He said that Angie never had anything going on in Vegas because she was so sick and nothing never happened. So she never had a booking in Vegas, as Stone allegedly says. Okay, we got Storm here. I'm going to be quiet just in case it echoes. Storm?
Yes, Gigi, I'm here. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No echo.
Listen, first of all, someone said that I said something about you. They told a bold-faced lie.
No, I said Stone.
Oh, Stone. Okay. Woo. I was okay. They got to understand the family connection there.
Okay.
All right, now listen, folks. I need y'all to settle in and settle up because I'm about to break some news to you. Stone Paxton is an absolute liar. I would like for anyone to call any casino in Vegas, to include the smaller casinos, and ask them when did they have Angie Stone booked to be there. Anytime there's a residency, they don't wait to the last minute to post it. They post that information in advance so that their tourists and their people that come there, the regular casino participants, get that information so that they know who's playing in the entertainment facilities that night, that week, or that month, or that quarter. So I'm challenging you to look up any information to see when there was anything posted about Angie Stone having a Vegas residency. You're not going to find it. Good luck with that, because it doesn't exist. It does not exist. Stone, why would you say such a thing? You said, Stone, and I caught you with your own words saying we was a week out of coming to an agreement for her to do a residency in Vegas. So there was no communication. There was no house for Angie in Vegas. There was nothing. Now, how was Angie Stone going to get a house in Vegas? Her credit was bad. She had just filed for Chapter 13 in 2021. So there's no way she can recover that fast to have the credit to do that. Am I correct, Peace, or not?
Yeah. She filed. I was going to ask, was her house under foreclosure?
It was under foreclosure. The house does not belong to the family anymore.
Wow. What? Oh, and I was gonna ask, was Stone at the funeral? I don't remember seeing him. With him being so close and knowing so much, did he show up? Did anybody see him?
He did not show up, and I asked about it, and they said that this is what he said. He says that the reason why he didn't show up because he didn't get an official invite to the funeral. And then he said that Angie assistant didn't invite him, and that's how he knew that they were fake towards Angie, because they didn't invite him. And I'm like, nigga, it's public.
Invite yourself.
It's public.
What you need an invite for?
Well,
if you wanted to come, you would have came. If she meant something to you by hook or crook, you would have been there. Even if they told you you can't come, I would have at least took the time to go, just in case they said you got to be escorted out. I probably would have took that, but I would have went anyway. Like, come on, bro.
We can back the lie up in simple terms and Columbia, you didn't need an invitation because there were many people that did not have an invitation. So you didn't have to have an invitation to go. That's Cap. That's Cap. He just absolutely straight up told a bold-faced one on that one there. Okay. Now here's the thing. He said that Angie Stone signed an agreement with TBC, and that TBC has control of Angie Stone's royalties. Well, if you had control of Angie Stone's royalties, 9 times out of 10, a good business CEO would put insurance on that. So are you telling me subliminally that you have an insurance policy on Angie Stone that you're waiting in the background to collect on? You and Versailles? See, these are your own words, Stone. These are your words. So if TBC took over handling all the rights of Angie Stone 1 week before her death, do you have an insurance policy on her? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, I got a warning for you. Paperwork party gonna be on you like white on rice. Oh, you could believe that.
Ooh, get them paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do that, Stone? Because see, now we have a whole nother scenario in this investigation. You see, Puzzle, we said out of our mouth that the policy wasn't about that accident. Did we or did we not?
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
Did we not call that? Did we not call it?
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense because they did a horrible job trying to stage the accident anyway. It's bigger than that.
Yeah. And that's not Storm. That's Stone. I'm Storm. He's Stone.
Stony. Stony from the Bronx.
Yeah. She loved me. I know she loved me, but that's the wrong name right there. I don't want to have my name in the wrong seconds. Okay. But y'all listen at this here. Okay. I'm about to lay out the story to you. I told you that Lethal was the person at fault from day one. I told you that I did not believe that Mike had anything to do with it, but I said it would have to be Ashton and Lethal. Ashton, you not off the hook yet. And I'm going to tell you why you're not off the hook, Ashton, because you were Angie Stone's executive assistants. And if anybody had been keeping anyone from communicating with Angie, Negro, you was that person. If anybody did any choosing of who drives that vehicle, Negro, it was you. Why you hiding that, boy? The old man wants to know why you hiding that boy. Huh? Because you know you but that lies down there, boy. Huh? The cookies done crumbled on you now. Okay? Y'all might as well come on out and start talking because I'm telling you, it's going to be bad by Monday because we're going to keep digging. And you're going to give me a whole weekend to find out some more mess that's just going to seal your fate. And if paperwork get it before I do, and we both come up with the same conclusion, y'all going to jail. Oh, yeah, y'all going to jail.
Even beyond that fact, you know, Stone is talking about all of this money and all of the paperwork and, oh, I emailed this guy and, you know, eventually we called from a number and we talked to him. Well, then while Angie Stone was alive, if you knew a lot of this was happening, how come she didn't start collecting some of this money? Because you make insinuations about how you were willing to put money up and do this. But if you had gotten to the bottom of it and she knew exactly who it was who was putting their name on her music, then after you sent that contract, because you all were taking over to kind of support her, she would have started to collect some of that money too. And so, I mean, it's a lot of gaps. A lot of what he says is just, he's painting a good picture, but there's no substance. There's no factual information there.
Peace. I'm about to give you that substance. I'm about to put your legal mind to work.
It's cloud.
Here we go. You know, whenever a chapter 13 is granted, they appoint a registrar over your finances. Your checks and everything have to be made from that registrar. Am I correct? Okay. So if Angie would collect any money, it would automatically settle the chapter 13 first before she could get any of it. They know this. They know this. So see what nobody is saying is that there was a chapter 13. And the reason that they were hunting all this is because she had to have this information to prove her net worth on the chapter 13.
I would wonder who her attorney was for her bankruptcy, because that attorney has so much information. And at this point, if that's something she was going through, even in death, when you file bankruptcy and do certain things, it's still having to be dealt with because you still actually are responsible for your debt. So I wonder, to your point, like, who is in control of all of her information? And it sounds like, per his conversation, that he and his team did take over that responsibility. So it's like, I am a little confused by some of the stuff he's saying, because he actually said that in one of his videos.
I
So
Can
think,
I chime in?
yes, give me 1 second. I think Basalis helped assist with that chapter 13. He offered Angie Stone money. That would have been a gift aside. And Angie did not take it because Angie knew if she would have accepted that gift, that would have been a form of payment. And she would have had to do what? She would have had to put it in the account that the register was in charge of, so that checks would be written off of that account only. She would not be able to pay anybody unless it went through the registrant, and the registrant would not pay anything until those that are owed first be paid. They are lying.
yeah.
They're lying. They're lying 10,000%. Listen, the only way they were going to come to a head on this here is that they got such a large lump sum of money that it would restore her financially and give her some room to breathe. But they would not make any money. There will hardly be any percentage for them to get. Let's say if they went at 30% of getting 30% of the earnings that they were able to recover that she could not get. 30%. Okay. So they got the 30%. That's off the top, right? Then you got the attorney fees that would be paid off of that. That comes off of that, right? Then you have the fees that would have to cover the court for the filing of the chapter 13. And to cover the cost of the home that was in foreclosure.
I think that was surprising to me. I didn't know Angie Stone. I didn't know her house was in foreclosure. I don't know, is it because of taxes, or I didn't hear that. So that's why I was asking, because that's crazy.
She was not making enough money. Her medical bills had crippled her financially so bad that it was too hard for her to recover. She had to have a kidney transplant. And they will not do a kidney transplant unless you have the money, cash, and or an insurance policy will pay for it all up front. If that does not happen, you will not and cannot get that transplant unless someone sponsors to pay for it. Why didn't Vasalis pay for that transplant? Why didn't Stone help get that transplant paid for? Why didn't anybody connected to her help get that transplant paid for?
He said he didn't even know she was sick, which was very surprising if he was working so close with her. He said that. He said when he talked to Angie, he had found out she was in the hospital. He said, I didn't know. And that was a red flag for me, because if you're working with someone that close, how were you unaware? And I'm sorry, somebody said they wanted to say something, Storm. I don't want to keep
Magic. I apologize, Sister Magic. Please forgive me.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I'm laid back. Gigi knows me very well. I'm a sweetheart. What I can say, just to chime in on what you both were saying, is that I felt the same thing. If this person that said he was part of this diesel crew or whatever he wants to say or whatever, he speaks in unrelated parables that are just like, he throws these alphabetical notions out that you can't put together, and you're still sitting saying, I'm sorry, what did he say? I'm sorry, who's he talking about? He makes the conversation just to the point where you have to question yourself to say, are we speaking English at this point? as far as the people that are saying that they were there trying to help her out to get these code, like the code guy and this and that person that got the 15,000 money from her, and now the Stone guy is saying, "Oh, why did you give him that much, Angie?" You know what it feels like to me? It feels like a highway robbery when you have somebody that's on the phone that's like a teller person, and they're trying to go after the elderly that they know is on their way out and saying, you know, they're trying to get you for your bank account, but we want to protect you. And meanwhile, the person talking to you is the one that's trying to slay you. So with all that being said, they were bamboozling her. I don't trust anyone or anybody. And this same person is saying, "Oh, we were trying to get her to Vegas, and we were listen." That's what you should have did. It's easy to relocate. You could have relocated Angie. She didn't have to do that show in Mississippi or wherever. She did not have to be on the road. You could have already did everything, especially if you said the guy had over 13,000. I believe that they conspired against her. She did not have that much manpower behind her. It was the date that her son wasn't around her because he was taking her from point A to point B. And it's a sad situation because I feel like she was trying to fight, but she didn't have no fight in her, even though she was trying to fight, meaning that she was up in age. It's not like she was a spring chicken or mid chicken where she could go all the way. I feel that when she was trying to fight, it was already done. The fight was over. They already had her, just like Michael Jackson, by all of them.
Magic, can I get the rest of this out before I forget? Because I'm sorry, because I don't want to forget, and I need everybody to get this here. Do y'all know that Stone Paxton was also involved with DMX? Do you know that?
No, don't do that. Don't do that, because I saw him. All right, you know what? That's gonna break my heart. Hold on.
I gotta
DMX. But let me put this out here, because now you said DMX is a whole nother. Hold on.
Please,
hold on.
You gotta hear what I'm saying, Magic. Please.
But let me tell you what I know. No, it's a real clip. Hold on.
Magic, please.
No,
you say, let him finish and come back. Okay, Magic, please. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. 1 week out before DMX's death, Paxton was communicating with DMX. 1 week out. DMX and Angie Stone have the exact same birthday. And both of them passed away 1 week out of communicating with Stone Paxton. Quote unquote, his words out of his mouth. And he posted it in black and white.
Are you ready for me to drop the bomb?
Go ahead. But you got to realize you weren't letting me get the story out.
No, it's okay, because I saw DMX and I was with him 2 weeks before he passed. He was in Harlem. And he also went up to the hospital where my girlfriend worked at Columbia. He went up there because he had a baby weeks before that. He was up there and we saw him. And then we were out in a place in Harlem, okay, on 125th and Lenox Avenue. And he came through and we were there. And then he took us down to a studio where he was in the Village. And I hung out with him weeks before he went out. Okay. And then after that, the person had the baby, and then he went back up to the Washington Heights because that's where his baby's mother had that child. So I was with him leading up to his passing.
And see, this is what I know.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go. Let's go.
And that's what we're gonna do. But so to answer, so yes, I hear a lot, and I get a lot from Paperwork, and we all have, because we're all on the same trail. So if anyone think I'm repeating anything you may have heard on Paperwork, you just may have, because that's my big brother.
Shout out to Paperwork. Shout out to Paperwork for doing great research. We appreciate you, Paperwork.
And that's why I mentioned his name from the onset. So whoever that was in the chat.
And when he came to the hospital, he was walking good. He's like, yo, I'm going to this, that. He had, you know, he did what he had to do. It's confidential. But then I saw him weeks later and he ended up at what is it, Corner Social. That's where it is. And he was sitting there in the back. And I'm in the front with my girls, and we turned back around. And matter of fact, I sat down at one point. I didn't even know he was sitting right next to me. And he said, hello, what's going on? I'm like, oh, damn. He's like, let's go. Took us down to the village because he was recording. Took us down to the village in a group. First, he took us to a seafood place. Then we ended up going down to the village. And
they get mad at you, Magic.
What?
They get mad at you, girl.
I know, but I be telling, like, I got so much to say. That's why, Gigi, you believe in me. Gigi, we gonna talk offline because I got a lot of stuff I gotta tell you. Gigi, I'm gonna blow your mind. Going back to Albany in 1995 with Jigga, I'm gonna blow your mind. I promise you. So what we're talking about now is what I'm saying is that it is true. He was doing good. The baby was born. He was doing all right. He showed he was right there on. He was in the Heights, Washington Heights in Harlem. He was up in the Heights.
The people are saying, let us get back on topic. They really want to hear what Storm has to say.
Okay, so there's other content creators that have put out different pieces of information that have all accumulated to come into one story. So you have paperwork. You have others, but the most work is coming through paperwork, and then also the police reports and everything that we have gotten ourselves to put everything together. Now, we've said and we've outlined practically this information, but not to this extent. Today wasn't the first time that I mentioned that she was bankruptcy. I mentioned that 2 weeks ago. Was it Puzzle? Yeah, I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this is not the first time. So please don't think that everything that I say is coming from paperwork, because that's not true. However, I am able to verify what paperwork is saying because I know the exact same thing. Just as I said, you can call Vegas for yourself and find out where you would have been able to see or get tickets to see Angie Stone, and you will not find that. It doesn't exist because it wasn't anything set up. It wasn't. It was not at all.
So why would he lie? Why would Stone lie about that?
Because I am going to say what I heard Big Bro say. Is he talking to Clive Davis? Is he setting the story and giving them information piece by piece by making those chopped up stories? Because his stories is lying. He's lying. He keeps looking to the left the whole time.
Is it okay I say something? I don't mean to interrupt him.
Go ahead,
interrupt him. How you pronounce your name again? The guy that just told the story. Because I wanted to ask him something. Is it okay with him?
Storm.
Storm.
Yeah.
Storm. I wanted to ask you. What's his name? Pastor Jamal Bryan. He was at Angie Stone funeral. Him and his new wife. He said that Angie Stone told the new birth church board to how you said to recommend him to be the pastor to take over the Bishop Eddie Long church when Bishop Eddie Long passed away, and he said he wouldn't be in that position if it wasn't for Angie Stone. So I was wondering, what was your thoughts on that?
Well, what you said is exactly the truth. That did happen. Just as that, they were looking for a pastor to replace Bishop Eddie Long, and so not a bishop, but a pastor to replace Bishop Eddie Long. And so they went through other applicants, and they weren't pleased. Angie Stone made a suggestion to one of the board members and gave them Jamal's information. And they got hold of Jamal, and thus Jamal was appointed the new pastor of New Birth. That is absolutely correct and the truth.
Okay, Marcus says, why do that, Gigi? Everybody need to be heard and mention DMX name. Y'all don't want to be wrong. I'm 59 and old and adults. Magic, I apologize if I came at you wrong. It was
No,
Shaq
it's all right.
was
It's
on
okay.
pins and needles to hear what Storm has to say. And he was going in a direction and Magic, she was excited about her relationship with DMX and she wanted to tell us about it. However, it was going away from what Storm was saying. So you had a lot of people like on the pins and needles, like, oh, what's going on? So I just wanted to, let Storm finish.
Oh, Gigi, you are a sweetheart. That is so sweet. Thank you.
So
Can
let.
I?
Oh, go ahead. Somebody's gonna say.
No, just quickly. I saw a question in the chat from, I think her name was Rebecca. And her question was, did anyone care for Angie Stone? And I thought that that was really thought provoking because it's like when we think about it, that's all we've been talking about. And as a result, I think the answer to that question is I don't think many people did care about Angie Stone because if they did, I don't think that there would be so many unknown facts. I don't think she would have been in the position that she was in. And it's sad because I saw that question and it resonated with me for a while. And it really hurts me because now, and I was just saying it, and I know Gigi, she was smiling, like with Stone and all of them, it's like they're making money off of views and clicks, but there's still nothing coming out of it. And so to that question, I just wanted to respond to it. No, I
Well,
don't think anybody
And
did care for Angie.
that's her friend. They
and,
got a
and
Mhm.
personal relationship,
Exactly.
Puzzle. Let me tell you
Exactly.
something, Puzzle. If that was my personal friend, if that was my cousin, ain't no
Hmm.
damn way I'm getting on YouTube to talk
Yeah.
about part one, part two, about my
Yeah.
mama,
Yeah.
about my daddy,
Yeah.
about my best friend. No, I'm not doing it.
well,
It's crazy.
Gigi's to support what y'all are saying. I'm gonna throw a flag on the play.
Mm.
Remember my words at the first week and a half. I said, why was Pastor Jamal Bryant not saying anything? Do you remember I said that I'm bothered by that because knowing him, he would say something.
I do remember you saying that actually.
And I'm going to tell you why he hasn't said nothing. In my heart, this is what I believe. He loved Angie Stone and is appreciative of Angie Stone so much that he wants to find out the truth. And I wouldn't be too surprised if he's not in the background trying to find that out.
Mm. I don't
Because
know if
he
I
wouldn't.
believe that too much. I think he got what he
No,
wanted.
but listen to what I'm saying. Just hear me out. I think that he's so appreciative to the New Birth family and for the position that he is in now that he would be that grateful, knowing his past and knowing Jamal. You can tell one thing about Jamal when it comes to truth. He's quiet. He doesn't talk much. And he ain't talking. That's not Jamal Bryant.
I have one thing to say about that, and this is to everybody that claims to really care about Angie.
Mm.
She showed us she was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
She told us, the whole world, when she only had 50 people up in that damn chat, that she was going through a lot of things and she needed help. Where was Jamal?
Mm.
Now that is the other question that I have, and them both being in Atlanta, he would have to know what position she was in. Being in
Told
being
the world though. She told the world, it was no secret.
It was no secret. And then here's another thing. I don't know, but a lot of the bankruptcy proceedings were not ever public to the world because nobody cared to look and find out. Angie went through a whole lot. And what's not here is that why would the people with her go with her on the road, knowing her condition, seeing her have to perform on stage, sitting in a chair, barely can move, smitten with pain, suffering, just because she had to eat.
Just because she had to eat.
I hear you, but I don't know about none of y'all. But let my friend hop on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or family member, somebody I care about, and they up here talking about they're struggling, they're going through this. I'm calling them, delete that video. I got you.
Correct.
I got you.
Absolutely.
Delete that shit. Delete it. I
and
got
and that
you.
and that's what somebody should have done to include Tyler Perry. They should have done just that. But because how are you going to champion and advocate for someone in this position now? At multi-purpose, you or purpose multi, forgive me. You are an artist. You understand this portion of the business. I heard you earlier, and anyway, I know you understand. So from an artist standpoint, please elaborate to what I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely. The first thing I used to even manage artists, and the first thing I tell them to do is do the basics. Get your music copywritten, so somebody can't steal it. Your publishing, all these things in line first, along with an attorney. So when you can rely on, even if it's down to an attorney that you can grow with, somebody got your back, and make that a long term friend on your come up. Because if not, you're gonna have problems that Angie had. There's a lot I want to say. I don't. I'm just trying to, listen to everybody and also retain my thoughts. But you're exactly right about a lot of things you're saying. Absolutely.
Thank you. And so the reason I can put these things together is because I've been in the broadcast industry for 47 years. 47 years, from Christian side to R&B secular side. I've done it all, still doing. I'm still doing it now. And never in my career have I seen an artist of Angie's stature treated so bad, so openly, knowing that she had to have a vital, she had a vital need of a health condition that needed the help of others, the peers that she had in the industry. I am so mad at her sorrows. You cannot tell me you pledge a person in 2024 and you don't know their condition. You can't tell me that in 2024 you pledge a person and you not know the financial standing that they have in a
I think she
sorrow.
was honorary. I think she may have been honorary though.
You listen. They do the same thing for honoraries as they do for anybody. They check, they vet. You don't just get brought in. They vet. Multi-purpose, am I correct or not?
Exactly, and
You're
you have to realize
absolutely correct.
somebody like Angie Stone, her caliber, and I got like 15 bullet points, and you're into one of them. For someone of her caliber to not have the news coverage that's due to her on this, especially when it's so obvious, anyone with a bit of sense can, realize that something's not adding up. For you not to see, hear by now that there is an FBI investigation and it getting major news attention. I mean, you think about the likes of Michael and Prince. This woman, she worked with Prince. And and a lot of other incredible things. For her not to get that media, you have to understand there's a connection between these people in the industry. And you have the elites who are sworn to each other, the same people who own the television stations, the news stations, and the same people who are in the music industry on the top. They're in cahoots with each other, and they have the power to collaborate together when they want to suppress things the same way they do with music. Trust me, I'm a victim because I said no to the Illuminati. you know, so they have the power to suppress who they want to suppress. You look at the things that Drake that's going through right now, or whoever. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small. They have the power because they control the media, and therefore, if we are not persistent, your story can really just basically disappear, be swept under the rug. That's why I'm so appreciative of this platform, paperwork platform, and yourself, sir, for this. I'm very passionate, I say, but you're absolutely right. These people have authority, even with the people. You have the minions that are involved. It's a great mockery. When, can you imagine, and I'm just tapping into another ability of mine, the conversation with Clyde Davis, Stoney, and his big brother that's connected to Clyde. Can you imagine the mockery that they're laughing with each other? Yeah, she got a diesel crew. Well, we got her diesel for her, and the mockery. There are so many points I want to point out that really hasn't been said of my own experience that, but it's all coming together because I've been traveling back and forth to different platforms, and there's some common denominators that I'm hearing that's bringing this together. But I'll just digress right
Well, can
now.
I purpose before you go to your next point? So everyone keeps mentioning so a couple of things regarding the sorority. I keep hearing people talk about Zeta. So a couple of things, because I don't divulge anything regarding my personal life, but there is a major difference between someone being honorary, graduate, undergrad. And the thing you have to keep in mind is it's just like an honorary degree. They look at their statute. They look at what they do on a day-to-day basis regarding their finances and stuff like that. There may be something that they pay, but I would probably keep Zeta out of it because even though they did their part at the funeral and they probably were invited in, they do different things when people pass away. I don't know if there was a clear picture. I think she just joined Zeta in June, and when you become an honorary member, the things that you do when you're joining any of the Divine Nine is going to be completely different. So I want to make sure I clear that up because we have to be very careful with that. I don't know if I think their position in it had anything to do with it. Did the ritual look crazy to people? Absolutely, because it's unfamiliar, it's foreign. But I will say to you, when someone's honorary, they don't have to check into their personal business. They select them because they've reached out to that celebrity and said, we want you to be a part of our sorority. If they agree, then they go through whatever. But I will honestly say, with Zeta, I don't know if we can say why didn't they. I don't know that she was there long enough for them to possibly have an opportunity to find out a lot about Angie. And it depends on what she wanted to divulge. And it takes a little bit of time. Again, I don't share my personal life, but I know a lot of that personally. So I just want to say that because I don't want there to be some confusion because there may be a lot of things like you got your Vivica Foxes, you got a lot of people that are honorary for sororities, fraternities, even for degrees. And a lot of times that's just because of who they are in the entertainment industry or the
So,
celebrity
so,
world.
so, Peace. Let me ask a question, okay?
Mhm.
So I take that, man. I could go with that. Yet I have some concerns still, even with that, and
Mhm.
I cannot for the I can't drop it, and I'll tell you why I can't drop it. Why was there a connection to present a ceremony at the services?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, per the sorority, they do their different rituals for funerals, for weddings, for all kind of things differently. They could have been invited in to do it that way because they wanted it publicly. Because remember, someone mentioned, and I mean, I didn't know this until we started talking that Tyler Perry paid for it and it was a production and a documentary. So he may have wanted that to be a part of it. But what I will say is, honest to goodness, there's nothing that they, even if it looked like a seance, there is nothing out of the. So let me just say this without sharing my personal business. I had a really good friend that passed away when I was in college from a car accident, and she was a Zeta. God rest her soul. And the way they did the ritual was at the wake. And so it just depends on how they want to do it, how long a person has been in it, how they pledge, who their sisters are. So a lot of that, although it looks foreign, and that's why I don't talk about that a lot, we have to be mindful that that is going to be something different because although Zeta's going to be there because she was a member, what they know about her and a lot of her private life, that's with anybody I know now. They're not going to know any more than what you're going to tell them sometimes because they're just not going to. She's a celebrity. So she's decided to join that sorority. So it's a lot to that. And I'm just going to say it that way.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well, besides the Zeta and stuff like that, I wanted to get to the bottom of was Angie Stone. It's a rumor out here that Angie was sleeping with Lethal, the
I don't
driver.
believe that. That's stupid.
I don't believe that.
You know,
In fact, I think in some form or fashion, they may be related.
Oh, wow.
I still stand on that. I said
You
that from
think that's her cousin?
I do absolutely believe that's her cousin. I don't know if it's on the Williams side, the Brown side. I don't know who and how, but somewhere or another, I believe that there's a relationship. Because I've been doing research on Mr. Carter, and I believe there's another name, Randolph, that might be in the picture. and I'm not sure about it. And so I'm still working on that because I have not laid out the total criminal history on Mr. Lethal yet. And the reason I've not done it because I'm looking for the other alias names. And that's what I'm
Storm,
looking.
I was just about to say, I wonder if he goes by, oh my goodness, Storm, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Well,
But
Get
that
out
has
of my
to be with that whole spiel of who Angie slept with, those sorts of things. You can look at it as an investigative kind of thing, or you can look at it as a distraction. Because the
Yes.
game that these people play, they have their minions throwing in all kinds of things in the midst, to distract us from the facts of
Yeah.
what has transpired. So now I was a truck driver, still have professional license. I have yet not heard anybody from any platform to ask, even though the cameras somehow, I don't know how cameras footage from a truck from that company especially get missing, because I like I say, I'm a professional driver as well.
It's not
Uh,
missing.
right. But also, where is his his electrical digital logs
Wow.
and his
Yeah.
BOL? And did anybody check the truck to see was it loaded with anything? Well, why was he even at the time of day? But because see, this is something, because we could say, oh, he had a load, or it could be justified. But however, what if he didn't have a load or anything? What if he
Wow.
was just there to just be that distraction? Okay, hit the van. But Angie more likely is not even have been on that van.
Mm-hmm.
There's no footage, no videos, no pictures taken of anybody having her to leave the place she was having that concert that night.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to be found. There's no cameras out of a public place in Georgia and Atlanta. There's no footage of her coming out. And where's the body? If she got hit by a truck, where's the blood again?
Wow.
All the common sense questions are coming. And usually when you got a crime scene or something, like you go back to Kobe Bryant's the crash, even they had pictures or
Mm-hmm.
professional pictures even that they had to,
Mm-hmm.
reel in from the internet from going viral of Kobe body. Now you mean to tell me that they don't have any pictures with the likes of Angie Stone
Insane.
on a road like that? It don't make sense. you know, I personally don't think she was even on that vehicle. I don't think she was on there, um, and it's like I said, it just don't make sense. And no one's asked where this truck driver was going. He's all of a sudden disappeared. And again, where is the FBI? I mean, we hear there's an investigation, but the only ones I hear investigating really kind of nails down is you guys and paperwork. I'll stop right there for right now.
Now, I want to say this. Okay. So the reason why I wanted to figure out what's going on with this rumor and to entertain it, it's come from Tough News. He has it here, and I want to play it because he said he has more information about the driver and Angie Stone. Now, we've been hearing too many things about the driver and Angie Stone. First, they were cousins. Then she didn't know who he was. He was random pick, you know. Then he was a fan of hers with the hot sauce. Then he worked for her. Which one is it? Okay.
Right.
So that's
Well,
why I want to dive and see what Tough News is talking about when it comes to this. Then I got a message anonymously, and we all get messages anonymously, and we get people randomly talking about they are relatives of such and such. Now, could you imagine this? But let me tell you this. Somebody hit me up and they said that Lethal was an abuser. He put paws on women. Okay.
Oh
So
wow.
they told me to
that
be
is true.
careful. And
That is
you know,
that, that is
women
true.
are scared for their life because he would knock these women out. Now, and as Storm said, it's true. I don't know how true it is. It was just a random
But he
tip.
doesn't even look like somebody that Angie Stone would date. I just, based on the type of people she's dated or her preference, I just don't get that. It's
Well, the
Well, you
dating
just
part
never
is
know.
not believe.
that's
But
right.
I wanted to say this as well before I forget my train of thought, because I will forget. And I never forgot. Damn. Damn. I forget.
Gigi. Gigi, but don't forget, Angie Stone, you remember her baby daddy, D'Angelo, he was younger than her because he was
Yeah. And
19.
how old was the other baby daddy? Diamond's father.
I think he's younger too.
Yes, I think she might like younger men.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe she was trying something different. I don't know.
And then
But
she also was dating Ruben Studdard.
ain't he big?
What?
Oh yeah.
So she got options.
That was news. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
they
it was.
they thought that Mike was Ruben Studdard's child instead of D'Angelo's.
Mm. Ooh,
Look it up.
Okay.
Learn me something, Storm.
Mhm. Yeah, so I want to play just a little bit just to figure out what is he going to say. And I know a lot of you guys don't feel like it, but you know, if he is they say he's a whore, you know, Lethal Carter, I guess he have a way with talking women panties off because he had a girlfriend and he was creeping with Sharita Murphy. And who knows if he was trying to slick tie to Angie Stone. Is it a possibility that he was trying to push on Angie Stone? If he is a scam artist and he's trying to come up, you know how these men are in Atlanta. They bad bitches and they want to scheme on a woman. They think they got money so they can come up. You know how the play go. So I'm just curious to see what he's going to say.
Not talking about it is very confusing to me. I kind of know, but I'm going to keep that to myself right now. But
see, that shit I don't like.
That's that bullshit.
Period. Period.
That fucking bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
Period.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
He's gonna keep to himself. I know it. I know who it is. But I ain't gonna get.
God damn it. Ain't the whole thing for you to be open and honest and transparent?
He's passed away now. So let it all out.
people in his circle that I know that should be speaking or that could speak out and say something don't want to speak. But there's outside people that have been messaging me. I've been getting tons of calls, but it's interesting with these calls. These haven't been random calls, by the way. These have actually been calls with people that know the driver, and they've been hitting me up, sharing information.
Damn, then we get people that knew the driver too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, he got some breaking news.
Listen, we got the grandson. Now, could you imagine if you guys did not hear the grandson, right? And I came to you guys and say, Lethal grandson reached out to me, you guys, and this is what he had to say. Some of y'all would eat that shit up, right? And that is another reason why I have an open forum. Don't email me. Come up here and say what you got to say. Let us all see. We don't got
It's the bullshit of it all. It's the bullshit of it all, Gigi.
Let's keep going.
With me, telling me things that I had no idea about and helping me to connect the dots to certain stuff. I had four of these anonymous callers call me, and I called my brother up and put him on the phone. I called my brother Vasal Benford up and put him on the phone. And I let him hear. I didn't want to repeat what they said. I said, tell him what you guys just told me.
Isn't it interesting how he can say his brother's first and last name, but he can't tell us no other names? It's like he only divulges what he wants you to hear. But just like you gave your brother's name, why can't he? Irritates me.
Because puzzle is for clout. It's for them likes. It's for them views. It's not for nothing else.
No. He's making it known that Vasal owns the library of Angie. That's what he's doing. He's planning. He's subliminally planning in your mind that Vasal is the owner of her library. TBC. That's what he's doing. I got a picture for you, Gigi, if you look at it, the post. Now, if y'all look at this picture right here, can you spot and tell me who's on there?
Lethal and Angie.
Which one is Angie?
In the black hat.
That's absolutely correct. This picture proves that there was a relationship before that accident.
I mean, who are the rest of the people?
Oh, I don't know the rest of the people on there, but this is Angie, and that's Lethal.
It looked like he was just part of the little crew.
It's not something that just came out of nowhere. They know each other from somewhere. Regardless of what it is, they know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird.
And that's not why she's working. And there's another flag on the play on there. If you look at her picture closely, you will see she has a glove on. Actually, you can't see the glove because she has the glove
carpal
on.
tunnel or something?
No. I don't know.
Like maybe she sprained her wrist or something.
I don't know.
Usually when people are going through dialysis, the hand gets swollen so bad and they cover it up so people can't see it.
Compression.
Yes.
She does look a lot darker on this picture. I know my big mama had dialysis and she would get darker like that. So I could tell over time. The Angie Stone was a darker skinned lady, but she looked a lot darker after the incident and she looked older too. Even the video she did in December, she looked a lot older and darker after she had talked about her illness.
I feel like Puzzle is the stress of it all. It's the stress of the sickness. It's the actual sickness. You know, even when you think about chemotherapy and how it burns your skin and the radiation and how it burns your skin, it's a lot of trauma that comes with those things, right? We know that she was a really, really, really sick woman. And this is my thing. She needed a kidney. So you're telling me that all the people around her who have 2 kidneys, all the people, even with the sorority thing, they have 2 kidneys. You mean to tell me she couldn't find a match for nothing?
She did find a match. She had 2. But
really?
Yes. She said this is out of her mouth. She said that she told Al Bashir, excuse me. She told Al Bashir in text that they would not get her on the list to get the transplant. Yet at the same time, outside of that language that was not said, and most of us would know that understand the medical industry a little bit, they just don't do transplants like that. You either have to have them, you have to have all of the money, or all of the money has to be appropriated from the insurance company.
Money,
if they will not do a transplant without money, they don't care who you are, they will not do it.
And that's the root of the whole situation. It's the money.
Yeah.
And she didn't have it.
Sorry, Miss Harris. I want to play because I'm trying to figure something out real quick.
Guy or whatever the case may be. It just seems as though that Angie did not have the right people around her to help her get to the goal that she was trying to reach. And at least from what I gather, it seems as though that Stone Paxton and his team and now Tyler Perry are putting their best foot forward to uncover what is owed to Angie. So now it's a shame that when she's gone, she has the right people around her to get her to where she needs to be as it pertains to missing finances and enjoying the generational wealth that she made. Now let's get to the
Well, how long is it gonna take them? Shit. But let's go.
Text message that I received last weekend. Now I put a portion of the text message out, but I blocked some of it out because I didn't feel comfortable putting out this information. Now, Stone Paxton talked about, and you guys just saw that they were told that Lethal and Angie knew each other for years prior to him becoming Angie's driver. Now, I want to put out this information because even though Stone Paxton didn't say this, and I'm not saying that he's alluding to the fact or alluding to what I'm going to actually tell you guys, because he could be going down a different avenue than I am. I have my people. He's connected to the situation. He has his sources, right? So Stone Paxton did not say what I'm about to read to you all, okay? Now, I want you guys to focus on the text message at the very bottom, because this is the text message that contained the Shirley Caesar information, which I did a video for that last Saturday, right? But I received this message on March 21st, which would have been last Friday at 6:34 p.m. Now, I'm going to only read the portion of the text message that I blocked out when I did the Shirley Caesar video. If you guys go back to the video, you can see that I blocked this portion out, okay? So it says, do you know they're saying that Angie and the bus driver were involved and that she knew about his past transgressions with the law and also was aware of his horrendous DRUG and driving record? But I have been contacted by the cousin of Lethel, and she says he was not driving recklessly despite the narrative they are trying to paint. Now, just to show you guys that I'm not faking and playing with you all, the portion of the message that you see above the text message that I just read you all, it was information that was sent to me that entailed that Angie's Sprinter van was being investigated for a possible cut brake line, and the fact that the RN allegedly was told by one of the passengers that Angie Stone had been getting weird phone calls throughout the night, and the fact that, you know, her next destination was to go and perform in Baltimore at the CIAA. You guys remember that video I did. Now, again, I want to reiterate that Stone Paxton did not say this. You saw what he said. I played it for you, right?
That's it.
Okay. So Puzzle, you can recall we had this conversation about Lethel from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said from day one, there ain't no way he just was driving, that I thought that he was a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that I'm kind of almost sure of that because of the age, because I am from South Carolina. I am from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And during that time, we all used to play each other football. Our schools played football from Columbia to Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Georgetown, Sumter. All the schools used to play football. So while I know that name, I don't know how there's a relation, but I'm almost sure that there is, but I don't know what it is. I also said that Angie was a forgiving person. You remember that, Gigi?
Mm-hmm.
And I said that she's a type of person that because of the grace that she has from God, she will afford that grace to other people. So she could have known who Lethel was and not use his past against him, but give him a chance. But she may not have known that he didn't have a driver's license. And she may not have been the one to even hire him to drive. I don't see that. I don't see the connection where the two of them could have done that. I don't see it. I don't see it. And it is said that occasionally he has presented himself as the manager, meaning he have collected money for when they've gone to different places to do shows. So that's the word. It's kind of factual, and I don't know the extent of the relationship, but I believe in my heart, this is me, my individual capacity, I believe that they're related somewhere or another. I just don't know the facts.
Or they were at a networking event, and you know how people are like, hey, I want you to meet Lethel. He's a bodyguard, he's a A, B, and Z, he's a this, he's a that. And then from there, maybe he maintained a couple of different auxiliaries within her camp.
Well, she got him, she had access to getting him in a couple of movies, and he was in the grill. So he was
I know it didn't come from nowhere.
And he also has an entertainment company called Lee's Entertainment, where he was handling artists.
I know it didn't just come from nowhere. I know she knew him from somewhere. She trusted him enough to drive that truck. It didn't just come out of thin air.
Correct.
So you're right, Storm. It didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, that's too close. And because of his ties to the television industry, did he ever take a training as a stunt driver? Did he know how to flip a van? and not get injured himself?
Be that as it may, I don't know that I think they had a sexual relationship. They may
Oh, I
have
don't
known
believe
each
that.
other,
Yeah, I
but
don't
I
believe.
don't believe that. And to be honest with you, I would want to know. I would wonder if Lethal was just driving them from this event. Who was the frequent driver? Like, who would normally be the person that would travel and drive? Like, I would be curious to know that, because then that goes back to early on when Ashton mentioned he was her, was it Gigi Ashton was the executive assistant, and then he went
That's
to be a
correct.
background something, and
That's
we were
correct.
talking about, normally with the executive assistants, I know this sounds crazy, but they're the ones that normally make those phone calls. All right, we have an event on this day, call blah 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 to drive, call my hairdresser, call my makeup artist, call this. And so I'm just a little curious with that, because I'm pretty sure they knew each other some
Papa,
kind of way.
I have
Yes,
to interrupt you because
please.
when you hear these makeup artists at the funeral, they didn't
Oh my
say
God.
Ashton called them. They always say, well, Angie will call them early in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, late at
Mm-hmm.
night, and just begging them to come and do her makeup. And
Mm-hmm.
it almost seemed like she was professional, calling at 12 o'clock. Why Ashton
Mm-hmm.
not doing his job? What is
Mm-hmm.
Ashton getting paid for?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The thing is,
Seemed like Angie Stone was making all these calls. She was being an assistant and everything else. What the hell was Ashton getting paid for?
And period.
a lot of people were digging into her, her goodness and taking advantage of it. And if you look at like far as the driver, the supposedly 20-year veteran driver she had, there's something out there about him actually recovering $100 million. So that's a whole nother story in itself. Then you have Lethal. When I did some research on that Sprinter van, and in those Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans, they have the feature. It's called an auto correct, a feature in those vans to keep you from actually having accidents. So you actually have to be trying to have an accident in order to have an accident. And you can definitely very well turn a vehicle over trying to have an accident, because that autocorrect is actually going to steer you back onto a safe drive
Mm-hmm.
and correct you in that lane. So Lethal definitely is suspect, big time. Ashton, I don't believe the girl who just came out and said, that Angie was telling Lethal to slow down and all of these things. I don't really buy that, because out of all of the people that sign these NDAs, she's the only one now with this said story of being involved with him. It's a lot of things that monkey wrenches that can be thrown into this to distract us from the real truth. If you start following the money, you start following the beneficiaries, that's when you're going to get to the truth. Those who are benefiting.
Yeah.
That's correct. So let's draw a time. Let's draw a map to the money, so to speak. Let's do this. All right. All of the injured in the van, to include Angie's son and daughter, have a feasible claim against the company hiring Lethal to drive the van. That's one. Okay. Liberty Mutual cannot get out of that suit. Don't mean that they have to pay, but they have that. Okay. That's one source of revenue, right? Then you have a wrongful death claim that will go against them, also from Michael and Diamond, together and or individually. Okay. Outside of that, then on top of that, TBC may have an insurance policy to collect, and that policy, because it's an accident, may have a double indemnity or triple indemnity on it for accident.
But now let me ask you what you don't see. What we don't see, I haven't heard just yet, is there an actual suit against the truck driver that supposedly hit Angie, the insurance company?
Well, Alabama is a no fault state, and I'll let my sister Peace take over from there.
So it's a no fault state, and all that means is if you're going to sue someone, you have to sue who caused the accident. So, for example, if they're saying that the 18-wheeler hit Angie Stone, then they would actually have to sue that trucking company, or if they have sole, or, like if it's an LLC, it just depends on what's going on. They'd have to sue that way. If Lethal was, if he's found guilty, then you can sue him, yes, but you would have to sue the insurance company or whoever the owner of the van was. But there's a lot of legality that goes into that, because if he didn't have a valid driver's license and all of that, then that's a bigger issue. So there's a lot of things with Alabama, because they're no fault. They have to take that up with the whoever caused the accident, or if they're saying so. It's a couple of different things that can take place in that instance.
Right. And see what I'm looking at, I don't see anyone really getting into the meat and potatoes with this truck. Every little thing has to be scrutinized with a fine tooth comb. Usually there are measurements. Officers will get out with this little rolling tool that measures skid marks, all of these things so they can get the right trajectory of a
Mhm.
vehicle. And none of this I've seen or heard done just yet, to say that this truck, even if it did actually hit, what I don't hear again is I don't hear anything too much about, because trucking companies, especially with truck drivers, we are trained to look in our mirrors. Now truck driving is not my main profession, but that was something, a side hustle besides me being a computer scientist for 29 years. Let me get that right with people, and an artist. But what I'm saying is, we are trained to look in our review mirrors, all the mirror, convex mirrors, all of these things every 8 seconds. There have not been any documents to where this truck driver was going, what bill of lading he had. None of these things, his electronic digital log, besides the cameras. We can't even find the truck driver. And this woman, Courtney, that whole thing, that probably was just a lie, something to throw these minions, part of the minion clan, to throw this. But if you follow that money, where the money's not going and where the money's at, that's where you need to look at. That's just my spiel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hear you. I hear you on there. They have the EDR information from the Mercedes, and they have the information from the truck. I at first I was hard on the truck driver, and after everything I'm seeing now, it's almost coming to the fact that we almost can't blame the truck driver, because whatever happened in that van caused that wreck, period. And
I don't think that truck driver had anything at all to do with it.
Yeah,
Really?
so and that's pretty much coming. It's pretty apparent that that's the fact, that the truck driver just happened to be oh my gosh, I got to give KFC some credit. KFC made a point.
KFC, where you at?
The rationale, and KFC made me think of this, to be honest. The rationale behind the truck driver hitting the van after it was the initial cause of the wreck is why the police department separated it into two separate incidents, because even though it all happened primarily together, there had been at least 20 minutes or possibly 5 minutes before the truck hit the van that will make it a second instance. But they have the 4:25 time period together, because I guess that's the time. No, the 911 call was made at 4:05. So, but anyway,
But I wouldn't let him completely off the hook.
No, we
because
can't we can't let him completely off the hook.
Because the thing is, what this power, and I'm not talking about a sorority, I'm talking about something that's more of a large elite sorority, for those who get my drift.
Right.
What they do is they make mockeries out of the victim. It was like, just for instance, if you take Dr. Sebi, right? The thing his medicine talk his methods talked about, you know, the non-acidic body, mucus is the culprit, right? So guess what he died of, right? That's how they killed him, off of
Yeah.
coal or whatever it was. So they play these games. So I can't let that driver off the hook. Not saying that we are, but we don't know where this driver was heading. That news hasn't even came out. That truck, let me tell you, if you got those trucks hold up to 80,000 pounds of whatever load you're carrying. They hold up to that much, and for that much control of that truck, I know how to control a truck. I taught other truck drivers that.
Okay. So to go along with what you're saying, I agree with you 10,000%. It's just that at this point we don't have the forensics to go along yet, and so that's gonna bring up a whole different conversation when we get to that point, because one, we do need to know where he was coming from. Two, we need to know where he was going, and three, why was he there at that time of the morning particularly? And again, was it in time of there's a rest period that truck drivers are supposed to take after so many hours of driving. They're not supposed to drive. Was he
Exactly.
inside that? Am I correct? Did I say that correctly?
After 11 hours of driving, he's supposed to take that 10-hour break.
Yeah,
Right.
we want him investigated.
So I need to know, was he inside that logged range of time that he was supposed to be driving, and was he trying to get somewhere else quick so he can get to the next stop or the next pickup? That hasn't been talked about, and that's what I'm waiting to hear, and then that'll help me to understand a couple of things more, so that I understand that. Hold on a second. Somebody said something very important that caught my eye here. Dennis Byron did an interview with a former federal agent, speaks out in defense of Angie Stone. Well, okay, yeah, we're not gonna worry about that one, because we've already said everything that could be said from that side, and he had to come back and agree to what we said.
Oh, and Gigi, I saw the conversation in the chat, and so I was on my iPad. I hid one of those channels. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead. You take
From
care of
yesterday? No,
you.
from yesterday.
I don't know, but if you take
The
care of
grandson.
oh, you
Yeah,
don't gotta tell me. Just take care of it. Shit.
I
Thank
did.
you, Papa. But you don't gotta report them. It's best I don't even know. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay,
Don't come in here with that.
Marie,
I did want
wait,
to say to
wait a minute, wait a minute. There's a blatant lie that was just told on the screen. We need to set that straight. Marie just said autopsy shows drug in her system. There is no toxology report yet, Marie. I don't. Where are you getting that information from? We don't want to put false information out on this channel. We
Well,
don't want
somebody put, it's a YouTube thing that went out. Somebody falsified. It's the YouTube video that went out that said that.
Yeah, I can tell you literally that we waiting to get a report. So soon as one comes out or becomes available, we're gonna know. But right now there is none. There's not a report.
Purpose multiple. Now you said we got to look at the money. I thought about what you said, so I'm starting to look at the money, and I'm looking at Tyler Perry. Okay, that's who I'm looking at. Okay, you spent all those $10,000 on that funeral. It would have been better when you spent $10,000 when she was alive, when she needed your help, and you heard her screaming, and you heard. And stop with the goddamn games. And then how long is it gonna take you? I mean, you're very powerful. You know, at the snap of the button, he can get stuff done. So Tyler and Stone, y'all supposed to be working on it. Y'all in the industry. What is taking so damn long? I mean, y'all up here gossiping. Hell, we do that. You ain't doing nothing that we ain't doing. I mean, that we doing. Do something different. Y'all
Period.
supposed to have better connections. Y'all supposed to have so many resources. Why the hell y'all doing the same shit we doing? The same outlook. Y'all, we expecting y'all to bust it up. I'm expecting Tyler Perry get on TMZ, expose the person that took Angie Stone money by Monday, and just be done with it. He can do it, can't he? Can he do it purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can. I'm gonna play devil advocate just a little bit. We know that Tyler Perry is in the $1 billion group, that $1 billion team, that group. And so I don't know about Stoney because I can't believe too much of what he talks about. It's just irritating, seems like a lot of lies and a lot of BS. But with Tyler Perry, he has to walk a fine tightrope because those are also semi his colleagues. And if he have any skeletons in his closet, these are powerful people that he's up against, even though he be a powerful man, and he's establishing, I guess, officially Black Hollywood, which is a good thing. My hats off to him. Love what he's doing. Appreciate it. But he has to be very careful going against the grain because when you start going against the grain, you're gonna end up like R. Kelly, you're gonna end up like P. Diddy. These guys get spankings, even if they don't lose their life, they get spankings.
It's
And
too
Tyler,
late. It's too late. Tyler, you came out here
Exactly.
publicly and you declared war. Purpose. Do you honestly think that they just taking Tyler Perry as just, hey, we're not going to do nothing to him? They probably already want him off the board anyway. Tyler Perry got skeletons. His skeletons already started to peak last year when Christian Keys was about to expose him. So
right, and that's very well true. Definitely, definitely.
In the words of Mortal Kombat, the war has begun.
The war has begun. GG.
Yeah.
I think little sis is going to do some research right quick because I want to cover this what's on the screen. It says emergency. Who has paperwork info? I found Pillsbury. She works for TBC Management Company with Stone Paxson. Hurry before they delete her info. Now, let's run with this here for a second. This might be some information that's worthy. It might be cap. Don't know. But there is an explanation that we can add for this. I put a picture up, GG, if you can post it on the screen. And my little sister's gonna help me out here. No, that's not the one I put.
Let me give me 1 second.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's say that this statement is absolutely the truth. And let's say that she did or she is working with Paxton and TBC. All right. If you're looking at the screen right here, and shout out to our big bro paperwork, because this came from him. This was the quickest one I can get my hands on, so that's where I got it from. So please, nobody, we all working together, so he knows. All right. So here's the thing. You see the tractor trailer in the back, and you see that tractor trailer is in the middle lane, right? If you go up to where that line is, where the north sign is, in that area, right where that man is in the road, that blue man, there must have been a car parked right there off the side of the road that caused that tractor trailer to leave out of that right lane to start merging over in the left lane. And that left, and in that merging in that left lane, that driver did not see that black van in the road and hit it and caused it to but twist. Let's use the word twist, not flip. Twist front wheels going to the left, thus leaving it in the position of where it was. So if it's true that Pillsbury works for TBC, if it's true that Pillsbury knows Pax in any form or fashion, the story she told must have some truth, but the truth is that she caused that accident. Did we not say that piece?
Yep.
But that can be true, or you could look at it this way. Most truck drivers, we are taught to merge into a lane. We just don't get over that quick into a lane. If you look at the position of that truck, it's going straight, right? And most instincts, if you're hitting an object, by instinct, you're going to steer the opposite way, which means he would be trying to steer to the right.
Mm-hmm.
But But if you're trying to make a mockery, again, make a mockery from top down by instructions, you would steer to the left. You want that Sprinter van to get hit by the diesel crew. But naturally, a truck driver, we are taught even merging on any lane, you merge slowly and carefully in a lane, no matter what. But and your natural instinct is to steer away from the object. If this guy, is driving a professional for these however many years, which according to some friends said he, won't surprise he was drinking or whatever. This guy, if he's a professional, his natural instinct would be to steer to the right, which would be the lane closer to whoever the Courtney woman would be
Correct.
after the impact, not all the way over into this far left lane into the other lane facing traffic. I don't know any truck driver that would do that by
And I
natural
think that
instinct.
van would be that van would have been, oh my God, it wouldn't have looked as neat. And I'm not saying neat like, oh, it didn't
No, it
get
was
hit,
neat.
but
It was neat.
there would have been a lot, there would have been a lot more damage. And that's why from the beginning I'm like, something doesn't feel right about that for me. Because to what you just said, purpose, it's like, and I've said it from the beginning. That truck, I don't believe it hit that van. I believe it veered away, and what damaged it is because it hit that bob wire that connects to the median in the middle.
That's
I
Yes.
just
correct.
I didn't, and that's why you saw all of those tire tracks, because he stopped, and it takes a minute for those trucks to stop because that's not an immediate stop. It's not like a car. So
Correct.
I don't know.
Right. And you're right, because here's the thing: when you're dealing with freight liners, if you are familiar with the way a freight liner frame is, like the bare frame, their chassis, it is super hard. It's made of real good metal versus a lot of other trucks, your KWs and all them others. A freight liner that's built to last, built there for impact. And when I looked at the other side of that truck, the point of impact, it doesn't look like it really hit an object with that much impact, enough to damage it. It was damaged only on the driver's
the
side,
grill.
mostly on the grill, on that one side with the wheel that you could tell the point of impact on the
Correct.
corner. And that could easily be done given that it's sliding across into those whatever rails they
Mm-hmm.
call those.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It doesn't look like the impact it hit a vehicle, but that truck really
Right.
hit that Sprinter van right. It's gonna be a lot more damage to
That's
that
exactly what
truck.
I said. Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that. That's why I hold a position of what I do, and I believe that if she was on the scene, she was in that lane. I'm still holding to that, and I'm saying that she caused the initial accident. If it was an accident, if and I'm saying
You know
if.
what? To be perfectly honest with you, the Courtney lady, the way I've been thinking lately is, was she in the van with them? Because I don't believe she had another car on scene. You're not going to flee a scene after you've rendered aid and called 911. um you're helping somebody out of the van, you get hit by the truck. It's just everything she said doesn't make any sense. She fabricated that whole story, like it's embellished. And I've just been trying to figure out, what part did she play, or was she just the distractor? Like, let me just tell you this because now that puts it on you. I don't know, like something about her, she looks sketchy. Like, even when she was talking, like, you just witnessed all of that. You didn't know the person. You didn't know the decedent's name, even though you drove all the way back to Louisiana. It's just,
And the
I don't
other
know.
part to add to that is how, if that van is right there and everybody else is in the van turned sideways, how is it that Lethal is unconscious for 2 hours and don't nobody know that? Don't nobody say anything about that? That
Yeah.
would be pretty important to mention, that somebody that you were in the accident with was unconscious for 2 hours and they don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
nobody else in the van knows what happened. So there's 6 other people that would know what's happening, and neither of you can say anything about anything. What's wrong with this picture?
It doesn't even make sense he was unconscious at all, because he
Mhm.
probably would end up dead in the van if he was unconscious.
He would have
You
been
think
dead in
about
that
what,
van.
yeah, that think about the common sense thing. Sometimes we can solve what seemingly to be complicated issue with just simple thought, common
Right.
sense.
Right.
Who's out like a light for 2 hours? And if all these other people getting out the van and he out for 2 hours, don't you think he would be the one dead along with Angie Stone? I
Well,
mean,
to add to what you said, big bro, is look at this. He's got a seatbelt on, right? The van flips on its side. It flips on the driver's side. That means that when that truck hit it, he would have been scraped up, busted up, all kind of stuff, arm tore off, everything, because that was the side that took the damage.
is he still modeling?
I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of
And
him.
I'm making a joke, but at the same time, what is his physique looking like right now? Where is his injuries? I know somebody supposedly was his fake cousin came on one day, his grandchild or something, and was
Yeah.
saying how he busted. But these people signing NDAs, this whole thing stinks. I don't know anybody that gets in a car accident and the first thing they go do after a car accident, if there's nothing to hide, everybody sign an NDA and hiring that caliber attorney. Where this money coming from? We gotta still find out who paying this fee for these people. The
Well,
money is
Well,
okay.
the
well,
right
if
question
Hold
is, why do you
on,
need an attorney?
and why you hiding? Shit, some of y'all been in a car accident before, and you ain't
Period.
never had to hide after no car
Period.
accident. You came on, and if you was a good Christian, you told your testimony that God saved you and gave you grace and mercy to see another day. Okay.
Period.
And if you just regular, hell, you gonna continue on with your day. You might post and say, "Hey, I was in a car accident. You guys pray for me. Thank God I made it alive." But none of them.
No.
and
Purpose, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I mean the thing is, he that has nothing to hide hides nothing. And that's the bottom line. He that has nothing to hide hides nothing. These
Message.
people probably gonna get to be paid off with insurance. They've already had this line up. Angie, she was just totally unaware that she had a lot of people around her in on the scheme. Now, these people probably don't feel a lot of guilt again because they probably not even witnessed her murder. She just disappeared. She probably won't even in the van. I seriously doubt she was in that van. Seriously doubt. Given all the sketchy information that she got hit by the truck and she was pinned under the van. We know all of these things are a lie. Those are just distractions. This is just my take on it. To get our sights off the fact she never even left from where she was at that concert.
well, I
Who took her body? What did we trace and find out who came and picked her body up? Do we know that information? Because far as
so
what I've been hearing, a private ambulance, not even a hospital ambulance, public ambulance came and got these other folks.
you're absolutely correct there. A private ambulance did do that. And the hospital was only 5 miles away there in Montgomery. And I don't even know if it was a good 5 miles. Um th- th- it- can I say this?
Not my platform.
Yeah, you know where I'm going, right?
Before you
Right.
say that, Storm,
No, I'm
I'ma
not gonna
just
say I'm not
oh,
because we can't drop that.
I'm
Unless
so
it's allegedly. Maybe you could say
glad
it
all
as
y'all
allegedly.
know, but I don't. So I don't know what's
I
going
don't know either. I was just gonna say to the person in the background, to the backstage, stop sending messages. Gigi's not going to talk to you. So just chill out. Stop. 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 Because you irritated me.
I'm
And I
not
know
even
you hear me.
looking at that private message.
Stop.
So let's put it this way. Allegedly, the hospital received Angie Stone. Allegedly, they do not mention if it was TOD or DOA.
Mhm.
Allegedly, they attempted to make sure that her name wasn't quickly able to be found, but the information did get out. Allegedly, I believe that the 2 hours that Lethal was gone, him and Courtney transported Angie Stone to the hospital. That's what I believe.
And allegedly, she won't hit by a truck because her body would have been tore up. And paperwork presented a picture of her in the casket. That woman, if you could see, like I have ability to kind
She
of
was,
pass and get,
she was immaculate.
yes, it's no way she got hit by a truck. So that whole spiel is ruled out. Angie Stone allegedly did not get hit by a truck. She did
And
not.
and if you paid close attention to her hands, you could see that her hands were swollen from treatment, and you could state probably that you couldn't even see rigor mortis really in the hand. It was just swollen. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm. I think I said that yesterday. I noticed that, and they were dark.
So
Another telltale sign too, when you look at what you're looking at her hands in the casket, there are some details, and I know I heard a lot of people mention it, but you got to look at the pattern of these celebrities. When you talk about left hand over right, left feet over right, there's like I say, they give you the signs. Like this Stony guy, look, part of these elite people, when they do things, it's called a charismatic truth they have to tell. They have to give you a little enough, the public a little enough of the truth so that karmatic debt won't be so bad on them. So when you hear Stony talking, he's giving you some nuggets, some truth. When you look at some of the signs, the truth is right in plain sight. If you look at Aretha, I want everybody to do their homework. Look at Aretha's legs in the casket. If you get a picture, but look the way they cross and look at the way Angie's is crossed. See, are they the same, crossed the same way?
and the other people are asking if it was a real body. Yes, that we have it on excellent grave authority. Matter of fact, I would just go ahead and Big Bro
Angie,
Playboy was able
Angie
to,
didn't have the means of that much money. Michael
no,
Jackson did. That's questionable with me with Michael.
yeah,
He had the money enough. He had and the means to go in hiding from some people he went up against. But Angie, she filed on bankrupt. She don't got that kind of money to go in hiding. So she did.
yeah,
She did.
Yeah, I think she paid. She passed away. She's yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the bottom line is, I think that we have this case pretty kind of summed up, but it's gonna come down to the lie Courtney told, the connection of Stone and Vasal, their connection to Clive Davis. It's all got to come to a head. But money, I can't see it happening. What about you, Peace?
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I think it is gonna come to a head, but to
I'm talking
what?
about the money. I'm talking about money.
Well, I'm sorry. What did you ask me? I'm sorry.
I don't think there'll be any financial gain to come to a head.
Oh no, 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 no. And I've said that before, because if you look at the accident report, initially they said it was a single vehicle accident. So then that means that they were saying that Lethal was the guilty party, right? And they'd have to prove that. But then you can you sue him individually? Yes, but you have to sue the company and the insurance. But then they said it was the 18-wheeler that hit Angie. So then if they're going to do a wrongful death, then they'd have to sue him. So to your point, if there's some money that comes out of this, it's not from that accident. It's not from that accident. Period.
But
End of
there is
story.
some money. There is some money coming out of it. Trust you on
Hmm.
this, and we've already know what that money is. Is right in plain sight. You
Hmm.
got to go back to the original story. These people cheated Angie out her money, and I think it will be a unservice and disjustice to her if that money is not rewarded to her children.
I'm
We
I'm
need
speaking,
to
but I'm
we need to
speaking of
pursue this way.
I'm
Mhm.
speaking of I'm speaking of the insurance policies, little bro.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't. That'll
For
be
her,
difficult to prove. That
yeah,
would be difficult.
for her estate, that's a whole other conversation that we're gonna have to
right,
have, because to
got you.
be honest with y'all, I think that we're gonna end up talking about TBC arguing with Lee's Entertainment. So here's what I think. I think there's gonna be an argument between Lee's Entertainment, TBC, and whomever else, to include Ashton, that may have had management and things to do with filing. And that other gentleman that was managing Angie for almost 10, 20, 15 years. That wife read the note from Clive Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I think the argument and battle in court is going to be between them as to who owns the rights to her royalties.
But you know what's going to be difficult for them to prove against Lethal is that none of them were really injured. And if they were, it was minor injury. So that would go against the insurance. Again, the only person in her death, may she rest in heaven, that would have a case would be Angie Stone's family when it comes to like the insurance money. So that's what's
correct.
crazy to me, because even if they're saying, okay, we're going to charge Lethal with vehicular homicide, then you got to show it. But on that first police report, it said no fatality, single vehicle accident, which means everybody was just injured. The second report then specified there was one fatality, and then what caused that was the 18-wheeler. So it's just so many different discrepancies. That's why, to Gigi's point, y'all are quiet, but it was just an accident. And if it was just an accident and you were an involved party, then what are you quiet for? Make it make sense. You have no reason to not speak. Because if I'm looking at this correctly, then if Angie Stone died on the scene, it would be as much as big of a surprise to us as it would be to them. Because when you find out after the fact, if your van turned over and all of you all were trying to get out, like it's ugh, that part drives me crazy. It's driving me crazy. All the stuff people are saying. And everybody got something to say, but there's no factual information. And that's what I hate. It's cool to tell a story, but lies, that is irritating. Like, stop lying. Just be honest. If you're not going to be honest, you're not going to really tell what happened. Like with Stone, that's what's bothering me. You're saying a bunch of everything, but you're saying nothing at the same time. You know,
Right, and
so
that money trail has to be followed. It has to be pursued to the head, because you've seen like a Bruce Lee movie. What is it? Mark for Death or whatever it was. Where you get to the big boss, but those ones in between, you had to fight them in between to get to the big boss. So I still say again, and I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna keep pushing it. Follow that money all the way up, because we cannot no longer allow these top people. And just said Universal Music Group. Forget TBC, all these others, not forget them, but let's look at the bigger picture. Let's connect them dots all the way up, because that's really what matters. I'm so tired of watching news and television. How many artists are being killed and mistreated and
yes.
robbed or put in jail? We need to go all the way up and do not stop this time. Be united without any distractions. No matter that, look, they putting people out there getting killed by police again. Anything. These people know how to do it. They know how to work to get us in an uproar and sidetrack with some other story. But if we
Mm-hmm.
stay on this, I promise you, from the universal source of all spirituality that is in me, if we stay on this and keep our eyes on Universal Music Group, how are they connected, and nail them, we can then start putting these other devils to sleep, and we
That's
can
ab-
get justice. We can get justice for her. We can
that's
get
ab-
justice for all the others. Sam Cooke, you name them, Prince. We could start getting justice and putting them on notice. There's more power of the people in justice, us in unity. You can't stop a unified force. All these platforms, we need to keep our eyes on Universal, because that's who her claim was against originally in the first place. Those are the
Mm-hmm.
people originally was robbing her in the first place. And again, back to Angie children, regardless of what anybody think of them, people have different ways of grieving. I've
Definitely.
seen people dancing and drinking and acting just like Diamond, and they are hurt. They are devastated inside.
yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
know what they're going through behind. Her son, oh my God, just that little small clip video. Some people say, well, that's definitely for show. Look, I read auras. I have a good sense of spiritual discernment, and when there's some truth and lie. This man, I've seen the videos with him and his mama by themselves and joking around and talking about things, how she speaks of her daughter relationship before her demise. Leave them children alone. They even if they deserve whatever money come to them, however it come, because
Yeah.
that was their mother goal, was to get them money. That's what she was working at 63 years old for that money for her family. So if any money come to them by a windfall or whatever they doing to get it, let it be.
Let it be. Okay. And to address someone's posting on the channel in the chat that there's a new police report today. That's not true. There is no new police report. I just checked.
And I will say, you were mentioning leave the kids alone. The only thing I'm going to say to that is I do agree everybody grieves differently. But I will say if you continue to put yourself out there, be it good or a bad, people are always going to have something to say. And unfortunately, until they silence themselves and be mindful of what they say and what they put out, I don't know that that's going to happen, because here's the catch. Everybody does grieve differently, but we put out things knowing that people are going to react good, bad, ugly, and different. And so for Michael and Diamond, my thing is they are going through a tough time, and we don't know what they feel. We don't know what that feeling is, but they're putting themselves out there. And unfortunately, people are going to have something to say. So in the aspect of leave them alone, you really can't if they're continually putting themselves out there, because it's like they want that attention. That's what I get from it. Like if you're online, Diamond, and you're drinking and you're doing all of this, you want the attention. You know people are watching it. With Michael, he's pouring out and he's crying, but he's doing other things. They want the attention. And I think if we're to, well, I'm going to say if anybody, because, I look at it, I don't really have much to say, but to leave them alone means they have to get quiet. They really
But
have
what I
to.
mean is coming at them as they suspect in that way. But I'm gonna say this, and it might sound very cold.
Hold on. You might be talking about me, Purpose, and let me tell you how I feel about
No,
this.
oh, no, I'm not.
I don't take no offense to it. I'm gonna look at everybody. I'm looking at your mama. I'm looking at your son, your daughter. I'm not leaving no stone left unturned, because a lot of times when it comes to these crimes, and I watch the news, okay, a lot of times it is coming from inside the house. It is coming from family. It is coming from close friends. So I got my eye on everybody. Okay.
Oh yeah, and look, I like the way you said leave no stone unturned.
Didn't she say it?
Brother, life heard of uh, a daughter hitting on a mama and then turning around and put it on the internet and calling your mama a monster and painting her as a villain. That is a lot of hate right there. So no, I cannot take a blind eye and just act like, well, okay, well, these her kids, and I know the kids ain't gonna do nothing. The Bible have told us brother against brother, mother against daughter, daughter against mama, father against son. So I have to keep my eyes open on everything. And not to mention, and you brought it up, Purposey. You got me started. Michael, he wants to be a part of the hip hop industry. And multiple purpose. I double dare you to go over at Michael Instagram, go all the way down to the bottom and click on a music video. They tell me the symbols, okay, is the devil horns upside down. And you tell me what's up with that. And you tell
Okay.
me this. Michael, he wants to be with dangerous men. He looks up to Elon Musk. I heard Michael and his mom talking, and Angie was so kind of disgusted. She's like, "Oh my Jesus, you like Elon Musk?" And he looks up to that. He like dark power, okay, because he lacks influence and he lacks confidence and he lacks power in himself. And I'm assuming because he didn't have a father to really instill that. So possibly he might be looking at these powerful, dark, masculine energies as something to look up to, because who was his father role model? Who was his spiritual father? These are questions. And then when you look at Diamond, they say she's on them sugar boogers. That's why the teeth is rotten out. And I know, and people would do a lot for a fix. Okay. So I got to look at everybody. But go
Very, very, very,
ahead.
very, very true. I mean, I guess I place myself sometimes, and that is at a fault of placing myself if that was my mother. So we can get blinded by emotion. I'm not non-subject to that.
Right.
I do agree. I do agree with you.
If that was my mama purpose, when she first got on that internet and talking about she need help, mama, we closing this. Take this shit off. I don't care what I gotta do. I will get 3 jobs, mama, to make it happen. Okay?
Right.
I'm going man up today, mama. You have been there for me all my life. And I'll be damned if I sit there and watch on the sideline as you struggling when I know you got health issues. When you told me the devil is trying to take you out, and you told me you're going against the industry, and everybody around your industry is snakes.
Right.
Absolutely.
And blindsided and party and still hoping and wishing to sit next to Elon Musk. No, in reality, you know his ass not going to want to sit with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it definitely, if those children are not found guilty, what I was getting ready to say, if they're not found guilty or anything, let's just say if they don't have anything to do with their mother's demise, right? Sacrifice or whatever, right? I was going to say to Peace's statements about the attention they're getting, perhaps they do need to get some attention. Miss Mesty, you mentioned about her daughter Diamond having a personality that most people will watch. If they don't have anything to do with their mother death, I do hope her son pursue music and continue her legacy. I do hope Diamond actually comes out and her newfound fame makes her a better person. Maybe more money, more class. I don't know. But the thing is, I just have a little soft spot. But you are right. I just wanted
Look
to.
at you. You're a soft spot.
Uh, I got a question because this
Spot
person.
they end up taking you out of here because you know why? Purpose multiple. Guess who else had a soft spot? Angie Stone. Angie Stone. She had a soft spot for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Gigi, let Jay Henry in.
Yeah, and I want to I want to ask the question. Marie keeps saying stuff, and I want to get. She said, "Who sent her a cease and desist? Who sent who a cease and desist?" Because nobody here got one. So who are you speaking of, Marie? So that we understand what you're saying.
I think I can talk about that. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. The cease and desist was said to be triggered after Angie confided in a known industry insider. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Have leaked her messages and betrayed her. Okay. Angie reportedly accused that insider of being intimate with the young Tevin Campbell, suggesting deeper hidden scandals in the music industry. The person who leaked this alleged insider story is a lesser-known industry artist choosing to remain anonymous for safety reasons.
I can't speak on that because I don't know anything about it. I haven't even heard about that, so I'm not aware, and I'm curious as to why they would send a cease and desist on the behalf of Angie because the likeness.
Let me finish. Hold on. Alleged messages claim that Angie was sent a cease and desist letter after exposing Clyde Davis and UMG's corrupt involving stolen royalties. So when she made that video, it's alleged, I got this from Tough News. That they sent her a cease and desist letter.
That sounds normal.
The cease and desist letter was said to be triggered after Angie came on the internet and called them out.
Yeah.
And they are saying that an insider that Angie trusted may have leaked these messages to betray her. So she was having private messages with an insider who she thought was a friend. Now, the same person that's an insider, I believe, is a gay man that was intimate with the younger Tevin Campbell. Now, people said Quincy Jones, he dead, but maybe Maybe they was passing that ass around. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
Well,
multiple people will have Tevin. I don't know.
that could have been Ashton. that could have been Ashton. But if they got that information out, they more than likely would have got a cease and desist, because I could tell you quite frankly, my trade name attorney, if somebody misuses the Quiet Storm FM name, she'll send a cease and desist out in a minute, because they monitor that. So I wouldn't be too surprised if UMG didn't do that, because that would be the normal practice of using their name, which is trade name. So yeah, I can see that happening. What's up, Jay Henry? I saw you were having a good time in the chat.
Oh, you know it. You know it. How y'all doing?
Just right.
How you doing, GG with the T?
Talk to me, Jay.
Yo, I was just on LinkedIn and I pulled up Vasal Benford's page. Of course, I don't know who wrote the bio, but I seen Clive Davis' name mentioned a few times in here. Obviously, apparently Mr. Vasal won a Grammy in 2025. And we know what you got to do to get those Grammys. Like, ain't nobody crazy. And let's see, it also says Benford appointed by music mogul Clive Davis. Then it has in parentheses Whitney Houston, Jennifer Hudson, Alicia Keys, signed a joint venture partnership. Discover his first platinum artist, Deborah Cox. Yeah. Clive Davis also,
because I saw the message, and sometimes late night, and some people, you're pointing out that Stone brother is in bed with Clive Davis. Okay?
Yes, he has connections with Clive Davis and worked for Universal Music in the past.
What Jay Henry said. Stone brother, I don't know if it's a biological brother. I don't know if it's his spiritual brother. I don't know what type of brother it is, but allegedly his brother is in bed with Clive Davis. Okay. And is he loyal to his brother?
It sounds like he loyal to Big Brother Vasal.
All right, then.
Are there in the photos? Are there in the photos with his brother and Clive, with his little turd sticking in as paperwork said?
I was looking for those photos. I haven't found any photos of Vasal and Clive or Stone and Clive as of yet. So
that's funny, because I haven't either. And I've been looking. I've been looking while we're talking, and I've not found it.
Well, maybe
there's a
photos. Have you been able to find it?
No.
Maybe they got some Diddy photos.
There's plenty of them.
I cannot. I'm pretty sure there's a mix.
And look at this. Somebody mentioned J Hud got a Grammy for Screaming Louder Than Fantasia. You know what?
Please don't get on that. I gotta call Gigi about that one. I told Gigi I got some.
You know what? Jennifer Hudson is an EGOT, and she didn't even win the contest.
No, she came in 7th or 10th place or something.
Exactly. And to me, all she does is holler. I don't find Jennifer Hudson to be that good of a singer. She's very well, I don't play any of her music, so anyway, don't matter. I don't play not one song of hers.
But allegedly, we have a young man that's still in prison responsible for the death, and that whole thing right there, the relationship between him and her sister, that whole deal, I don't know how that happened in court to turn out that he ended up in prison. And and this woman gets up there with her teary eyes and newfound stardom, gets to be let completely off the hook. But we know, again, who's in control of all of this. You got to understand who controls the music industry, the media, the officers, the police, all of that stuff, even to the president. They all together. These same entities. We talk about, and a little veering off a little bit off the subject, but Republican, Democrats, it's two-winged same bird. So Paul Mooney said they put on a good show. They need Oscars. So all these people together, you can't put nothing past anyone. Just like Miss Mess had to straighten me out about Angie's kids. You can't put nothing past anyone. And so just like I was checking out this Judge Turner attorney now, she was on her Instagram bragging about being at Clive Davis, one of his events and all that. They all together. But that least common denominator of the artist that's dead, the artist is in prison, the artist that's robbed, who is it? Mr. Clyde Davis. And until a group of people, such as people on these platforms now, we're in the age of Aquarius. This is an age of truth. Their game is up. We have to keep pushing, not be afraid. Not be afraid. They can't kill us all. They can't kill us all.
But purpose, can I say this?
Yes, listen. Y'all all gonna die, okay? Gonna die. Wouldn't you rather die for purpose? Die for a cause. Your death gonna be in vain.
Yeah.
Die for something. Okay.
But can I ask this question though? Like, we keep saying like, for purpose, you keep saying like we need to, it's at the top. We need to do this, we need to do that, and stop looking at like the TBC group and this and the other. But how when we stream this music every day, so we're fueling this machine daily on a constant basis. If we're listening to the music, Angie Stone music went up in streaming, what they say, 13,000% after she passed. So we're fueling this machine to keep doing this to our people.
I agree totally. I never said stop looking at TBC group. I said we need to make sure that we don't keep our eyes on the prize, and that's from the top. There's somebody on top of TBC group.
Absolutely. And what I'm saying is those people are untouchable. Why? Because we're streaming the music. We're generating the revenue as the people.
Totally, but at this point in time, a lot of people are hurting, because we have to be realistic with, reality, as in the likelihoods of this happening, to everyone's more full conscience. And what I'm saying is that people are hurting. They're going back studying Angie Stone. They're like, I didn't even know who this was, and now they're having music appreciation. So of course that money will go up, but guess what? That don't stop us from still pursuing that money. All that money they got from that streaming, snatch that shit, snatch that away from them. We can do that if we unite. The worst nightmare of these millionaires. You take, for instance, Elon Musk. Somebody mentioned. You see how much money he getting, like how much he got hit. The powers in the people, the consumer. You're absolutely right, brother. But we have to do like one of these reverends. He said, let's come up with a game plan and boycotts and that. We hit them where it hurt. Things had to be planned out. We have to be unified, and when we hit, we go for one target at a time and hit them where it best hits. We can do what you're saying.
Purpose. I love you, young man. You just made the most absolute prolific statement in this whole month that has been made. We need to petition and boycott for Angie Stone. That's what we need to do. And you know what, Gigi, if you don't mind me saying, I have the perfect platform for it to be done. Because what we would need to do to send to the Attorney General's office there in Alabama is a list of names and emails so that people would want to get answers. And you know what? That's going to help us to do that. So Gigi, if you don't mind, I'll give them the information that they can do that, but it's up to you. I won't say anything unless you tell me it's okay.
And what you about to tell them?
I'm going to tell them what they can do. If I will initiate a not a boycott, but
well, we can't say that on this channel. So you just tell them,
petition. Yeah.
Tell them to follow you on your channel, and then you say it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So if you will, go to quietstormfm.org, and all you'll have to do is sign up, and I will get that information and say, I want to petition on behalf of Angie Stone. That's all you got to say.
Put it in the chat storm so they see it.
Right. And we need to direct what that petition is. One thing I did her paperwork say, he said we need to not only petition, we need to go after an audit. We
Yeah.
need to choose a company that will audit Universal Music Group. And this will not only unravel what happened with Angie, but a lot of other people that have been served injustices throughout the years of, that have been in the past. We need to do that. We need to do an audit. That company, Universal Music Group, is in the Netherlands. Like somebody pointed out on one of the channels I saw, they're establishing Netherlands. Why are we allowing them to work in America? Like the young man said, we need our own stuff. We don't need Universal Music Group. Not even they not a company, not even in this country. Why the hell do we need them to render our music to people and get our music out there? Why can't we establish our own? What's
Because
wrong with that?
we
But
make
we need to
more letting them do it.
But we don't. It don't. You know what? Right now, the way the music industry changed during
Mhm.
September 9/11. That's when you had the internet come out with all these different platforms. It's no reason why we should rely on Universal Music Group, Sony, or any of them outside companies when we have platforms. When we have DistroKid, United Masters, all these other platforms, ways of getting our music out. There's no reason why we should be dependent. Why can't we all get together and establish something? See, back then I take notes out of the playbook of history of
Mhm.
what got things done. When Dr. King and all them were getting stuff done, they were very effective. They had
Mhm.
an idea, they was all talking about it, but what they did, they had a game plan and they had
Mhm.
a goal. And when they met that goal, things got done. And they
And they
didn't
didn't
go all
stop.
over the place. Yeah,
Right.
they didn't
They
stop.
were very consistent.
When targets got hit with that boycott,
Yeah.
did diversity inclusion come back into targets? Did it?
No.
No,
But they lost a lot of stock.
Yeah.
they
they
lost
lost a
a
lot
they
of.
lost a lot of
Hold
money.
on, but
And
they
then
lost
with
a lot of.
Elon Musk,
Hold on,
he
but
got hit.
they lost a lot of stuff with DEI on something that has helped white women. So again, we need to educate ourselves because we've boycotted Target on something that has not historically helped black people since it's been in effect. I'm working HR. I see the numbers. White
Right. I
women have
understand this.
benefited from. So again, we talk about, let's do this, let's boycott this. We're feeding this system. We unfortunately we are a small number that love Angie Stone and been rocking with this since this happened. Now you talking about the music industry, which is global at this point with these people. So I get, boycotting, I get, petitioning, and these people got power. They might got the attorney general office in Alabama. We don't know that.
Okay, but I understand what you're saying, and I do understand the
Glad
hierarchy of it.
boycott it, Target. Keep boycotting their ass. I don't give a damn. How
Y-
I see it is
I
a
am.
pyramid. It's the white women, then the black, and the da, 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 da.
But
So,
here's the shade though. Walmart never implemented DEI. We don't boycott Walmart.
well, 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 shit.
I
Walmart
mean, but
classes. You got
educate yourself on DEI before you support stuff that hasn't historically helped us. Martin Luther King, no, he knew, even though he organized and got stuff done. At
what's
the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, he had J people helping him, and he
okay?
knew he led us into the wrong place. And
What
when he said that, that's when he got up out of here. Unfortunately.
Okay, but what's the harm of me boycotting? Ain't shit happen to me when I boycott Target.
Ain't
Ain't
no harm in boycotting Target, but what I'm saying is when we
it,
boycott stuff that ain't even helped us, DEI has not helped us. So
it
what is the purpose of boycotting Target? And it hasn't helped us as a
let me
people
tell you, Jay, it made me feel very good. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
because we boycotting something to help white women. It makes you feel good.
Hell, anybody. Shit. I'm for
Okay,
everybody. I don't have anything against white women. I don't
I
hate
don't have anything against white women
I,
either, but
I,
when it's
I
pushed,
don't have nothing against no white woman. So
but
It was
just saying this,
The problem is though, when it comes to DE and I, whereas we know the logistics and we know the specific details of who it truly affects, The reason I think that the boycotts are effective is because when people have a different perspective, at least we hit these companies where it hurts. Like, I think people do see diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they think, oh, well, it's all about Black people. The reality is it's not. And you know that, Jay Harry. I also work in an HR sector, but at the same token, that's where people's mindset is. So, for me, when we did that day where we didn't shop at Target or Walmart and Amazon and all these things, it hits me where I hurt because those are easy things, easy places for me to shop. But I stopped because my United Front, when I think about what Purpose Multi said, like you think about Dr. King them, and they did have a purpose and they were consistent. And sometimes because people don't have that knowledge as a power to truly understand what the effects of what's really going on, sometimes just those minor steps I think help. So for me, like if my sister's gonna call me and say, take me to Target. I'm not taking you anywhere. I don't want you to go there. And the greatest purpose for me is if you're not going to educate yourself to really see how it affects, at least we can do something. And then through that, people will start to ask more questions. It's kind of sad because even in 2025, people don't even know about what happened when Dr. King was alive. They don't probably know when he passed away. They don't know about the marches. But now it's like, everything is starting to come to a head. And Jay Henry, I agree with you. I know exactly who it affects. A lot of people that are talking crazy about DE&I, that's how they went to school. That's how they're in the positions that they're in. And it's not us. But people don't understand that. And I think that's the only way to kind of take down the giants is to get their attention, but it also begins to educate. Just what you said right now, that was probably very enlightening for a lot of people. They probably didn't know that the biggest group of individuals that are affected by DNI are white women, and people don't
and
know that.
and,
So,
and I knew that information that it was first white women, then
yeah.
white men, then the actual Asians, then the Latinos, then the black women, then the black men. That was the hierarchy of who it most benefited. By being bottom black men, right? We already know that, but it was the principle of the thing. It
What
was a
about
statement.
the rich men? Did it affect them? The rich men.
Oh yes, yeah, that's exactly right,
Absolutely.
and that's what I'm getting
Absolutely.
to. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I'm driving home to. It was the principle of the thing, because the
Mm-hmm.
whole idea at first it was thought that DEI, the whole notion was that it's all about including black people, the votes even for this man to hurt black people. That was the whole notion. That was the reason why they voted, and a lot of them did. Being honest, they voted this in, had it planned out. But when they found out it hurt, we understand who it hurt really in reality. But the principle, the idea that if you go to hurt our people, we can unite and we can hurt your ass. One of your companies, because y'all at top, is going to be a victim. That's what I'm saying. We made a statement because Dr. King, right before he got killed, he started explaining the power of the dollar, of the power.
I'll be honest with you. When I first heard about DEI, I was like, good. I ain't going to see them hood rats at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can't.
Good. I don't want to see they're going to hire intelligent people.
Okay.
Ma'am, ma'am, I wanted them to hire like Chick-fil-A. You understand? Because Chick-fil-A, they have some good hires. Chick-fil-A don't have DEI hires, right? Right. Okay. So I was looking forward. I was like, good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want good.
Gigi, I'm more so laughing because beyond the DEI, there is such a great difference when it comes to service. Because I don't eat McDonald's, but if I take my nieces, they be like, order when you're ready. But then you go to Chick-fil-A and they like, welcome to Chick-fil-A. It's my pleasure. So there is a great difference.
You
That's
know,
why I'm
I
laughing.
saw a difference in Taco Bell because it was some hood rat hoes and some niggas working there. But then the DEI, all that cut out.
Yeah, and back to what Jay Henry is saying, we do need to focus on what I get, but that was the principle. This was not based off the reality. This was based off principle
But
and showing our power and
but
sending a
here's my
message.
thing. We showed our power during the civil rights. That ain't helped us. We showed our power with this affirmative action. That ain't helped us. We showed our power with DEI. That hasn't helped us. So it's like, we are being used as these tools to push these movements forward, but we're not reaping the benefits from it.
I can't say it ain't totally helped us because I mean, we wouldn't want to live in pre-60 days. We wouldn't want to live then where you had a lot of sundown towns and across the railroad track, and where you couldn't.
Sundown towns. Can y'all do that? Multiple purpose. Can y'all take care of that? I don't like them sundown towns. They took out 2 twins in that sundown town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But why?
But the shade is though. The shade is when our people had our own neighborhoods. We protected our own neighborhoods too. We had our own militia groups. My grandma and them tell me, Mel, we didn't see white people in our neighborhood. We had everything we needed, and we felt safe.
I want to go wherever I want to go.
They went where they wanted to go. They went to Woolworths. They went downtown. They went across town. They went where they wanted to go. However, at the end of the day, they came home to a community.
Yeah, if I go to Chinatown, I want to go to Chinatown in LA. I don't want to like, you can't come out in this China.
Go to Chinatown. Go to Chinatown. You do that.
But Jay Henry, the thing he's not realizing is that there won't just Tucson, Oklahoma that got bombed, where black cities. When you speak about integration and non-integration, it was 62 different seasons when we had our own.
I'm from North Carolina. Durham, North Carolina was the first Black Wall Street before Tulsa. So I know the history of our people, and they didn't bomb our people because of the color of our skin. They bombed our people because they wanted our money, because we know that Black people are economically powerful. Now we're part of this system that has us gripped that we can't get from.
Right, brother. Look, I'm with you. Look, I just left 3 years ago from Durham, where I own a club and an IT company in Durham, North Carolina, where I was promoting our people. So I know about Durham because I'm a Durhamite. Okay, I live a certain other place now, but I'm a Durhamite over there, and I did my city a lot of good when I was over there. However, what I'm getting around to is that we want, like Miss Messi said, we want to be able to go anywhere. And it's probably safer because they ain't gonna bomb where they at. They gonna bomb where we all accumulated at.
I don't want to be around niggas all the time, 24/7. I like men. I don't.
However, and the gist of what you and Gigi are missing is our people had that opportunity then. They came home to community where they had support systems and where our children wasn't bottom of the barrel in reading and education, and our children wasn't getting shot up by the police.
But there are some benefits, but the downside of that is whenever we start climbing, we've always got knocked down when we unified.
Yeah,
so
and it's been a struggle just because some Black people, I'm sure during them times, you have some struggling Black people too that was doing some horrible things and doing, beating their women's and all that stuff too. So you may have some good ones, but it's always going to be bad.
But we're also a race that people are intimidated by us, Jay Henry. So I hear what you're saying, but
look at Africa.
I think a lot of what we've done, it speaks for itself. Do I feel like we could probably be doing more? Absolutely. But there are a lot of things that I do feel we've accomplished. I feel like there are some things that have caused us to, I don't know, like people miss, like, for example, when we think about banking, before there was a white bank, there was a Black
We
bank.
had plenty Black banks.
Right.
A plethora.
Before there were white slave owners, there were Black slave owners. And that's not anything to brag about. Before there were any kings and queens that are white, there are Black ones. And I saw somebody, I think it was KFC, put up a comment saying that Trump doesn't follow DE&I. I just want to respond to that because JD Vance and his roommate, which is in Canada, running now, they went to Yale per DEI, and a lot of the hires in his administration are DEI hires. So he may not know he's utilizing it, but everything he does is based on DE&I.
But just like that fact you just said, Black people were slave owners, and that's why I don't trust all Black people. I can't. Black people was the one that sold us out. Okay, let's not forget about that. And then when you go to what's that called? Africa, we'll start with an N, Nigeria, they a whole bunch of goddamn scammers. And then they have a huge population. You hear what I'm saying? And then they have a small population of black people that is rich. Okay. I don't trust all numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. So with
You know
I
with
what?
saw
that said,
somebody
we
in the
need
chat
to.
pod say that they're
Wait. A lot of these HOAs that's ran by black people, they are very
Our people can be a
it's
trip
so
too.
disrespectful and they're so entitled and they don't want to get the same respect. It's just, and then let's not talk about the hairdressers, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Hey,
can go on
I'm
and
the
on. I've dealt with them.
Let
yeah,
me
but I
tell you
I'm
something
the
that
oldest.
happened to
I'm
my
the oldest.
family dealing with our people right now. We just closed in pretty much on a mansion, my family. But I tried to deal with our folks. First of all, when I mentioned about them not wanting to pay Long Island iced tea that hit you in the chest, those were our people. Guess what? The white folks and everybody else did. They were happy to pay it. And I was a black business owner in a predominant black area having that business in there. Right. Then on top of that, when I decided to move, gave black people my business. And lo and behold, my family ended up homeless for 2.5 years because of mortgage fraud from our people's bank. So I learned my lesson in solely dealing with black people. I'm not racist. I'm just about justice.
Love
And
it.
I just don't,
I
I
love
don't,
everybody. Okay. When you go to
yeah.
heaven, I don't believe that God is gonna have white people over here.
No.
Over here. That's not my belief. I love everybody.
Yeah.
But I
Absolutely.
think we as a people need to unite together again and be focused on getting united music group, getting them audit. I think that like Mr. Quiet Storm said, we need to get that petition. We all need to focus in on that one thing. Get them audited by a reputable company. And at least let's go after them.
Yeah.
Everybody as a whole, every platform. Let's do something singular and with one people, including everybody who's about justice, not just black, not just this person, but everyone who any caliber have influence, social media influence. All get on this and try to petition them to do it. I think paperwork was on to something.
Yeah, but
Hey,
let me say this because Messi speaking what we have heard, not what she know. I know. I lived amongst black Detroit. That's one of the blackest city you can ever have in. What you talking about? Okay. If we keep putting each other down, like killing each other, we won't ever get anywhere. Listen, I'm gonna judge you based on your spirit. I'm going to judge you based on your morals and values. That's who I determine who my brother and sister is, not by no skin color and not by your race. You decide to do that, I'm not doing that. Look what happened to Angie Stone. Okay? She trusted so many black folks around because they were black, and look what happened to her. I'm not doing that. You go fall for the okie dokie. Now, if we have the same morals and values, I don't give a damn if y'all Chinese. You can be green, blue. We good. If you my color and we don't got the same integrity, value, stay away from me. And that's just that on that. But go ahead.
And Gigi, I wanted to add it. I'm the oldest on this panel. I'm 65, going on 66 in days coming. And I grew up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I don't know how many of y'all know that Myrtle Beach, in North Myrtle Beach, there's one section called Atlantic Beach, four block area owned by blacks. But here's the problem: it hasn't been developed better. The beach hasn't been opened up for general commerce, because the fifth block over, you have all the high rises and everything, and the other block starting is the same thing. And it's just, for some reason, our people won't come together to do commerce together on a major platform to where it really benefits us. Now, we have a lot of CEOs that are running some major companies, but yet still on the smaller scale in the communities, we need to have some function of communicating to build. Because if any of you have ever been to Black Bike Week, you've been to Atlantic Beach. And if you've been to Atlantic Beach, you know it smells like piss time you hit the block.
Yeah.
What's
But
up?
it's how we handle our business. We are taught self-hate.
They
And
can
we
get
have not. Mhm. Go ahead.
to watch that baddies. Okay. They can get together to watch that Zeus network. They love that.
Oh yeah, they love that.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
But this is tied into what happened with Angie. Is how we Angie. I love her, but the people who she put in place for her business it just didn't benefit her at all, and it's exactly bleeds into everything else what we're talking about. We as a people have to be about our business,
Yeah.
and you can take Africa. Africa is a continent that has all the resources in the world. Everybody want Africa. Every continent they want some from Africa, but the people who live in native to African, guess what? They not even doing and maximizing the potential of the land that they
Can't
have in the
even get it
minerals.
together. The people in Africa and Nigeria, they have it a lot of this hate. They have gender wars and everything, and they all black, I think.
And I can tell you about Africa because I was stationed in Morocco, I was stationed in Somalia, and I was stationed in Ethiopia. And let me tell you something. No.
And let me correct myself. I said they cannot get together. Let me take that because words are power. They just do not work together. It's not because they can't, because we were kings and queens and we created the judicial system. We created order. So we just haven't chosen to get ourselves back together and
But
take our power.
okay, I gotta say something about that because a lot of time you guys push that narrative, but you guys don't push that over there in them Africans. They had a whole bunch of different tribes, and them tribes did not
They
like
do,
each
and they don't like
just
each
like
other.
in the
No, they
Same,
don't.
natives, you know,
same over
but just like in the whites, they don't get along either.
exactly.
You
And
had the Christians fighting against the Catholics, shedding bloodshed. You had the Norway, the Vikings coming down to England, thugging it out. Okay. So that's just not reality when it comes to people or even any animal. When you look at the lions, do you think all the lions get along? Hell no. You got lions that got certain prides. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. I just think that we
it's a
can
fantasy.
do as a I just
You know,
think right. I understand, but I think we could do
don't happen
better.
in heaven. You know, the people that's like minded that get in heaven doors, you know, they're gonna party on hell, they're gonna party
Right,
together.
Or
Okay.
right.
And
simply
and the
some of
time
us just
and the
have to
time
work a little bit harder because research lets us know that Black women hold the highest degrees, like your higher masters or upper level degrees, and then it's still hard for us to progress in the work environment. So there's a lot to be done, and I totally agree. For me in 2025, I don't understand how people are so still racist and they still have
Mhm.
some of the views that they have. And I think that's where the struggle comes from because we're sitting here talking about Angie Stone. Make no mistake, she
mm,
was oh my God, she was a beast. She was amazing. And yet people are now like, I didn't know who she was. You knew who she was when you were sampling her music. You knew who she
hmm
was when a song was added to your movie. You knew who she was when you added it to a sitcom. And yet she's worth more in death than she was in life. And that speaks volumes to how people get overlooked so quickly, you know? And so that's what's crazy to me.
I can tell you why it's still the R word
Hmm.
puzzle.
So are we going to take the initiative among us that are on this platform right now to go to Mr. Quiet Storm page and put in a petition to Universal Music Group to have them audited?
Hold
We
on, you
we
can't
can
say that. Don't plan because they will whoop
allegedly
my ass.
allegedly.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to go to Storm's
Let me
page.
tell you something. Storm got a surprise for y'all. Okay. Go to Storm page, and he is building a community that is gonna fight for Angie Stone rights. Okay. And that's how we're
Thank
gonna word that. But
Yeah, because you
I'm
can't
thank
not
you.
say that
for
on
no
here.
boycott.
Yeah.
I'm not for trying to cancel or have no conspiracy. You're not gonna get me. I don't deal. I'm not conspiracizing against anybody to shut nobody down. Okay,
Mm-mm.
let me
and
put
and
that on record. So
and let me
go to Storm panel, and he gonna build a community that is fighting for Angie Stone. Okay.
and let me
Sounds
make it
great.
clear. It's not a boycott. What I'm going to do is merely get the signatures to present to the state attorney
Yeah,
general of
hold on,
Alabama.
Storm, because I don't even want that type of language on.
Okay.
Because that's we're not gonna
But
do that.
Gigi, you were about to say why the
They can
R
get you
word
for
is
that.
still going
But like
on.
I said, Storm is building a community, fighting for Angie Stone. Let's just keep her at that. And if you want to know more, if you want to fight for Angie Stone and Storm building that community, you go over Storm and you see what he got cooking. Okay. And let's just simple as that. Now I said, why is it still the R word? Well, let me tell you, the R word is a belief, it's a system, it's tradition. Okay. People want to hold on to their tradition. Okay. And if I am that way, and that is how my ancestors saw things, that's how they got their wealth, that is how they had their power, is to keep that type of a standard, then I want that power as well. I will not garnish that power with sharing it with the likes of you. For what? For you have not conquered anything. Okay? And we are the chosen one. And it's a belief system. So therefore, it will always be. And they want more of the influence back. They want to be emboldened again. They tried the way with trying to share it with the likes of everyone else. It makes them feel yucky. No, they want their power back. They like when you know your place, and they felt like life was better. They didn't see all this stuff going on because they had their standards and the principles, and the world was shaped around their likeness, what they wanted, what they saw. They created the standard. They didn't have 50 other standards. So it will always be that way. Every certain group's going to always feel like they're better than the next, but the person that dominates, that conquers, they're really going to have the power to say, hey, it is what it is. We don't care what you say. We have the power. So shit, you know how this world, well, I don't know if you know how this world is. It's the wild.
Absolutely.
It's the hardcore truth, and that's what it is. I mean, people keep talking about 40 acres and a mule. You might as well just hang that up. I mean, these people are conquerors. They conquered. The rules are theirs now. They rule the land. They make the rules, and you just got to shut up and obey it unless you want to die. I mean, it's the hardcore truth. Or you can go and join up with some other clan and fight back. That's just the hardcore truth. Survival of the fittest.
Well, when you're talking about Black America, you don't belong anywhere. You were bought. You were bought as property. They're never gonna let you forget it. If you go back to Africa, the Africans gonna let you know you not one of them. They're not gonna ever see you as one of them.
That's absolutely true. I've lived that, and I know that factually. They don't
There
even like
there is an undercurrent movement that is happening that I'm aware and have actually hands-on current experiences in, where that narrative is changed. I do acknowledge exactly what you're saying, but there is an undercurrent of movement that's happening currently, that's happening that, other people are being accepted, that has ancestral roots, into Africa. So that narrative is
but I'm
changing.
talking about to the point of fairness, where you can be a Black American and you can have a lot of power and influence. They're not going to accept you like that because you're not one of them. And they are a type of people, they hold on to traditions. They're not easy to change.
Yeah,
They're not
they got their chiefs and all kinds of people in place, but they have evaluated America. They have evaluated the um the effectiveness of not unionizing, not changing who they are. They have evaluated a lot of people. I talk with many people overseas in Africa right now. Like I say, I'm currently involved, and they're beginning to see the light, so to speak, where they see what happens when they think that way.
What place? Because there's a lot of places in Africa.
I deal with Nigeria and Ghana.
So you're saying Nigeria and Ghana?
There's those two main places I deal with, Nigeria and Ghana. And those two places, there's a movement that's undercurrent that's happening where these people are seeing the light. They see the benefits.
Najana, what are they gonna do with all them Africans that poor and living in poverty? Because there's a lot of those, and they seem like they don't give a damn about their own people. I can't trust somebody that don't care about their own people and expect them to really care about others.
Well, Burkina Faso has been an example of what can happen in Africa. And so some of the leaders now, this notion is undercurrent, some of the leaders over there are taking note. And they're seeing, because at first they didn't have that example of being self-sufficient. Just for instance, like in South Africa, you had this whole Caucasian neighborhood, a whole city within South Africa that don't even allow people of African descent and from the country to even enter there. They don't want them there. You are in South Africa. And so, but Burkina Faso, that area has demonstrated the possibilities, and there's other countries taking notes, and it's gradually and actually it's accelerating their mentality, accelerating towards that direction. There is a movement.
Even I hope they're ready for the backlash, because it's gonna be one.
Well, they already getting it. You see what's happening with Nigeria, people, they being deported. Then you got, the administration saying, well, all the people that's being, land being compensated, and farmers in South Africa, they being brought back to America, with an open door, so there's this undercurrent. There's wars after wars after wars, as that's happening, but it just hasn't really, we hear a lot of what's going on here. And then again, the media is being controlled, but the narrative over there, when you actually go over there and you meet the people, it will embrace you.
Can I interject really quick?
Because they want that money, that American money. They see you.
Exactly. And can I interject and bring it back here? Because Magic said it so beautifully the other night when we got on a similar topic. We are so focused on Africa when a vast majority of us are not even connected to Africa. A lot of our ancestors were already over here. With that said, there is an undercurrent going on this land as well, where our people are waking up and saying, hey, something going on here. This is our land. And we know that the U.S. government is a foreign government and that their treaty is ran out and they done broke treaties in X, Y, Z. So there's an undercurrent going on here.
Hold on, Storm, can you please not use the word petition in the chat? Like, I don't want to ever use petition and you signing up for anything, because I don't want that to be traced on me at all. So you guys, I'm anti-petition. I'm anti-signed up or anything, okay? Like I said, join Storm community, and Storm is going to fight for Angie. And that's just how we're going to word it. But the petition, the signing up, I can't be a part of that.
Okay. Right.
Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. But, one of the things, Dr. King, like you pointed out, he already said we are prisoners of our own land. We've been knew this information, but we got to do more than just.
My thing is take the focus off Africa, because some of us do have DNA over there simply because the U.S. government was paying our people to leave America in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s, and relocate in current day Liberia. So we are going to have ancestry or DNA over there because some of our people left from over here and was put and displaced over there. Now, one thing we worry about, people getting deported, this and the third, and that's unfortunate. But why is it that they can't touch us?
They can't touch us? Well, I mean, are we considered full human citizenship here?
We're from Africa, allegedly.
No, I'm saying are you saying they can't touch us here in the United States? Because we are still considered property here in the United States. Well, you know about the Social Security numbers and birth certificates, all them capital letters.
Absolutely.
Right? So the thing I'm saying is it's not just Africa I'm focused on. I just made a mention of Africa. Of course, we know we're indigenous. We waking up. There's a lot of woke people, but we got to stop just being woke. We have to start executing. We have to start movements that matter and that's gonna be executed. And we have an end game. That's why we just gonna be woke people. That's something that I'm really distaste from the woke community because we so damn woke, but nothing's happening. We got a lot of knowledge. All of us can share something, but
Right.
we need to dialogue and come up with strategies that work and that we can see the result of that's effective.
Why don't multiple purpose? Why don't you use a YouTube channel dedicated to that? And so do you, Jay Henry. Okay, so let's get back onto Angie. But why don't you guys create a YouTube channel or Instagram or a space that's dedicated to that?
Sounds great.
Good
Good idea.
idea. Thank you,
Thank you,
Gigi.
my sister. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna close it out. Henry, what are your last thoughts about this?
Last thoughts are we just got to keep looking into Stone Paxton and their connection with Clyde Davis. Justice for Angie.
All right. Thank you so much, Jay Henry. We love you.
Bye, Jay.
All right. Multiple purpose. What are your last comments?
We have to follow the money, and also we have to go to Quiet Storm and focus on, supporting Angie. Follow the money and go to Quiet Storm. That's my thoughts right now. And thank you so much for allowing me on your platform.
I enjoyed you. Come back
I
more.
enjoyed you too. By purpose.
Storm, what are your last comments?
My last comments are we have to be prayerful and thoughtful that we have to get and glean as much accurate information as we can to be able to advocate for Angie as best we can as a community, because now is the time that we need to step up for her because she really needs that. And not only that, her estate may even need that. So we have to do what we have to do because other people are not going to present the truth, and we can do that. So in doing that, I would like for you to go to www.quietstormfm.org and just sign up. That will be part of what you need to do, and I will have a posting up on the site to do that. Again, that's www.quietstormfm.org. And that also is the 24-hour Quiet Storm radio station too, so that you know. Gigi, I thank you so very much, and I want to apologize to you because I'm one to always try to stay in line, and
You just didn't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I thank you. I appreciate you for all that you do, all the research,
Yes.
everything that you bring. You bring great value. We definitely appreciate you. My fan base, they love you so much. They always checking for what Storm got to say. I want to hear what Storm got to say. What Storm think about this? What Storm think about that? So we really appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Good night, Storm.
All right. Puzzle.
Now, before I give my final thoughts, Yvette gave $20 early. We were supposed to get the other 20 from the other 1,000. Now we need to check the benevolent. Did we get what we were supposed to get tonight?
I don't know. You know what? Let's close the doors.
I had to make sure I leave on a laugh. But what I will say is, baby, close them doors. That fool said close them doors. What I will say is, on Gigi's platform, because I see a lot of people say things in the chat pod, one thing you can bet your bottom dollar, all the information that we are providing, it's factual based on what we've actually seen. If you hear someone, making a comment, or if we're doing a skit or something, it's just us trying to figure it out. But make no mistake, none of us are here to bash Angie. All of us are here for justice for Angie. We're all saddened by it. So just hopefully you all can understand that. But for as long as it takes, and as long as Gigi, she don't get tired, we want to do it because that's our purpose. And we come with so much positive energy and joy, but y'all gotta learn to lighten up a little bit sometimes. Some of these comments, I'll be like, oh Lord.
I to be honest with you, I have read the comments. Sometimes
Yes.
I read them, but a lot of times I don't. So what happened? I missed out.
No, it's just some people be like, what we're saying about Angie is disgusting. Let her rest. We're
Okay,
not
what
saying
is it about what we said about Angie is disgusting? Let me know.
I don't
I'll
know. Like
wait.
that's what I said, and that's why I'm just
No,
addressing it
that's
because
the op. That ain't nothing but a plant, okay? Because what are you doing to Angie is disgusting. You're not doing anything. That's disgusting. She got on this platform and she screamed and she yelled for help and she told us that somebody is coming after her. And what do? You do nothing. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to be my friend. I wouldn't want you to be my fan base because you do nothing.
Yeah.
And then when somebody is trying to get justice or figure out what happened to me, you want to discourage them. That's disgusting. So what else they say?
That was a lot of what I saw, and I wanted to address it because when you do bring us up here, just like with Storm, you know, he's getting justice for Angie, but you're gonna clarify all things based on what you want your platform to be based on. And I just want people to know, like,
Ain't
we're
nobody
doing
forcing them over here.
now that you better speak.
They have a
You better
choice.
speak.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Stop that. They
Yeah.
are nothing but distraction. They are planning themselves in here to cause a distraction. They
Yeah.
have a choice.
Yeah.
Nobody's holding them hostage.
Now I protect your chat pod at all costs. Now to play, make no mistake. But I
Appreciate it.
mean,
I don't be watching, but thank you.
oh, I'm on it. But I mean, as much as I can come up here, I will. Not only do I enjoy the topic and what we're trying to do for Angie, but I enjoy your awareness. You're bringing up topics. You allow us to come up here and to share how we feel. Remember, it is our opinion. It is us trying to figure it out like the next person. But the other thing I will say is, let's look for facts, everybody. Let's start remembering that knowledge truly is power. And so if something does come up and you feel kind of weird about it, go do your research and then come up here and talk to us. We love to talk to everybody. I know Gigi has her favorites, be it myself, Acquired Storm, or whoever it may be. But Gigi opens it and she welcomes it to everybody, but come with a positive attitude. Don't come up here bashing and being negative because that's not what this is about. But thank you, Gigi, for your willingness.
You cannot be disrespectful. I would not allow any name calling at all whatsoever. I don't tolerate that. That is my standard. That goes against my morals and my values.
Yeah.
So I won't allow someone to come up here and disrespect and name call. That is not a representation of me, and it stinks.
And it hurts.
Right?
You don't know what somebody's going through. Yeah.
I don't give a damn what they're going through.
No,
Those
I'm talking
are the
about when they
morals and
come up here
values I
being
have and principles I have with this.
Yeah. So I appreciate I love you, Gigi. You my boo.
You too, boo. Okay. Shit, we grown over here. It ain't no need to do all that. This ain't the baddies. This ain't Zeus Network. We're not gonna carry on like that.
Period. Okay, Gigi, what we gonna cover tomorrow? And we gotta talk about your hair color. I think you should do like a honey blonde. Ooh.
Oh, okay. So give me some topics. You know, I'm always looking for topics.
Okay, so I would really want to talk about, we did Marvin Sapp, but what did I saw something the other day and I was like, ooh, I want Gigi to talk about it. Oh, Tiana Taylor. She did that video regarding Amani, and she had got fed up because she called herself auntie. I wanted to talk about that because I watched that 40-minute video and I was like, I gotta tell Gigi, let's talk about that.
I'll do a poll and see what the people think.
Okay. Or Mo3 and Yellow Beezy. I saw that court case for his reduction of his bond.
I did a poll, but the Mo3 they never pulled through. I don't think a lot of my audience, and I have to really get to know my audience because sometimes I miss.
Yeah.
And that's just me not knowing my audience. So
I think people are just they like when we talk.
Storm said he out on bond. Who is he? I didn't know somebody was in jail. Well, they must got puzzled because she gone. She gone for the count. Quiet Storm. Who is out on bail when you say he? Can you drop names? You know we like names. Okay, Sheila want to talk about the twins. Okay, yeah, that Mo3 yelling. Okay.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, they reduced his bond. Yellow Beezy, they reduced his bond to 750,000. So I think he only had to pay 75,000. I think that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, people voted that they rather hear like regular true crime stories than that
Yes.
rapper.
Oh, so it was a couple out of North Carolina. Ooh, Gigi, I gotta send you an email. It was a couple out of North Carolina, and there was a murder suicide or something like that.
Oh, okay. Let's not say that word.
Oh,
This
unalive,
yeah, you
unalive.
can't say that S word.
Sorry,
Uh,
sorry, unalived each other. But they were trying to figure out what
They
happened. I found
took
that
each other
interesting.
out. Yeah, took
Huh?
each other out or something like that. You got to speak in code.
I forgot. So they were
Mhm.
unalived. So
Or they
you
just
know,
took each other out. They took each other out. They both gone by each other. Okay.
yes,
So make it
yes, or
real
whoever.
dumple simple. Okay.
Yeah.
But
And I
yeah,
saw
okay.
it and it was
So
interesting, but I like true
the
crime
email
stories.
and give me the names.
I
All right.
will.
And I
I-
look to it and
it's
I
a-
put it to a vote. I
Okay.
love putting it to the vote. I like to see what they really want to hear that day.
What's for dinner, Gigi? What we having for dinner?
We are having some shrimp and some steak.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
already ate, but I'll think about that for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, tomorrow, what are your favorite cereal?
If I eat cereal, I like golden grams, I think is what they're called. Golden grams or cocoa puffs. Like if I really want
Every,
something sweet.
everybody, what's your favorite cereal?
What's
Mine
your favorite
is
cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, I forgot cinnamon toast crunch, but you know what? That milk gotta be
Toast
ice
Crunch.
cold.
I
That
love
milk gotta be ice
Toast Crunch.
cold, and I gotta eat it while it's crunchy because I got a texture issue. I don't like cereal once it raisin bran. I like raisin bran crunch. Let's see,
I like
Lucky
honey
Charms,
Cheerios too. Number two, honey.
Captain Crunch with berries, Apple Jacks. I ain't had an Apple Jack in a long time.
Mhm. I love
Frosted Flakes.
cereal.
I don't like honey bunches of oats because the cereal gets soggy too quick.
I love Frosted Flakes too. That's
Okay, so Frosted Flakes got different flavors now. I saw a strawberry one. I saw was it a cinnamon roll? I saw chocolate. I was like, okay, Tony the Tiger.
mhm,
Cheerios gonna hit every time, and they got different flavors too.
mhm. When you guys were young, did you used to eat the Pop Tarts? I used to be a Pop Tart. I used to love
Cinnamon,
those Pop Tarts. I love
cinnamon.
strawberry and cherry. So yummy with the frosted.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you want it with the frosting or without the frosting?
Both. I used to love that
Did you
silver.
put butter on top of it and put it in the
No, I
toaster?
did not.
What?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god! I used to love the cinnamon and strawberry. But now they got all kind of nasty flavors. I don't know what they got going on. Do you like s'mores, Gigi? I don't like s'mores, but
I
people
don't
love.
like s'mores, but I do like I go to Taco Bell and I get the blueberry slushy. It's so
Huh?
tasty. Blueberry slushy. Yeah. It's expensive though. It costs like $4 and some change.
For the regular one.
No, for a large.
Oh, for a large.
But
Okay,
the
so if you could
large is
only
not big.
if you could only eat one meal, this can be for everybody for the rest of your life. What would you eat?
One meal for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if that's going to be the case, that means I need, can I, okay. Okay. My favorite, okay, I love pizza, but I can't eat too much because all that tomato sauce, you know?
Yeah.
I love pizza. I love Italian food. I love spaghetti, but all that tomato sauce, so I can't eat too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Somebody asked me, they said, if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't. And one of my coworkers said a buffet. I said that ain't a meal, but that's smart. But it's not a meal. Somebody said KFC, or what they talking about? Vegan pizza, spaghetti. I don't want no spaghetti.
Oh, I love spaghetti. I love spaghetti. I love chicken Alfredo. I
You
love
like pasta?
I love pasta. I love Italian food. I love
Mm.
Italian, and then I love Chinese.
Okay, so when we go out to dinner, Gigi, I'm gonna take you for some good Italian food.
Okay.
Wherever you want to go, I'm gonna take you, and I'm gonna make sure that we gotta go to a place where we got a valet. I'm gonna be like, "Do you know who I got with me out here?"
No, don't say that. We gonna keep it on the low, okay? I don't like all eyes on me. I don't like that.
I don't either. I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. That's so funny. Somebody said vegan food. You know what? I went to Slutty Vegan. Have you been to Slutty Vegan?
Nope.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was good, but after a couple of bites,
No,
I could
Shelly.
tell what it was. Huh?
Shelly said we can't leave her out. I said, come on, Shell. You know I love my Shelly.
Where's Shelly at? Hi, Shelly.
She's somewhere up in there. Oh, but I do like fried chicken. But I don't know. It got to be some good fried chicken. Where do you
Homemade
gotta
fried
get some
chicken.
good fried chicken? What's the best fried chicken?
So here where I live, it's a place called Babe's Chicken. They got some really good chicken. They have good roasted chicken and they got good fried chicken. But I mean, I think the best fried chicken, my aunt makes it. Oh my goodness, like just homemade. And I'm not a big fried chicken person. I prefer grilled chicken wings or roasted chicken. But if I'm gonna eat some fried chicken, my auntie, oh my goodness, I don't know how she make it so golden, but fire. So
They said Popeyes. Her hero said Popeyes the best fried chicken. Mm.
Popeyes messes my stomach up because of all the spices and the grease and stuff. Like I can't eat it. KFC, I like KFC.
Issue with
Huh?
Popeyes chicken is your customer service. Okay, I want you guys to be clean. You guys look like you don't shower at all. Your attitudes be nasty. When I go, the screens be cracked. You guys act like you don't care. Presentation matters to me. I don't have
Right.
to deal with that shit when I go to Chick-fil-A. You know, if all these restaurants can give me the Chick-fil-A spirit and the
hmm
hygiene and the freshness, oh my God, I would go to Popeyes all the damn time.
Okay,
Because
so quick.
hold on,
So
the attitudes, the nastiness, the
yeah.
hygiene, y'all don't serve fresh shit. You want to be lazy, you know, you're not nice. You're not nice. And I just can't deal with it.
I can admit that when I've gone to a Popeyes before, they do have a horrible, and you sit in the drive-through for a long time and you're like, hello, hold on. No, ain't no hold on. I've been here 5, 10 minutes. What are you doing? Okay, but no lies unbothered says Popeyes biscuits are good. So who has the best biscuits, Gigi?
Biscuits. It used to be Red Lobster. Do y'all remember that?
Them
Okay.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yes, that Red Lobster. Uh-huh. Mm. And you know who got some good cornbread? What's
Who?
that place I went to? They serve chicken. I get on them too with customer service. And I get so irritated because they got rated like a 82 or 85. And I was disgusted. But I
Ooh.
still did that. And then they hire people that look like they kind of DEI, you know? And I don't even know what DEI. Anybody look fucked up, I think they DEI. I said,
Wait,
gotta be DEI.
I'm from Chicago, born and raised my whole life. I live in a different state now. Best chicken ever, Harold's Chicken. Fight me. My uncle used to own a Harold's Chicken. If you know anything about Chicago, big shouts, mild sauce. Gotta get you some pickles. Gotta get you some. Come on now. Harold's Chicken. Harold's Chicken, hands down.
I don't know nothing about no hair chicken.
Yeah, blue model. You know what's up. Harold's Chicken. Brown chicken. Okay. Vonnie. Yep. Popeyes and Red Lobster. Oh, I saw somebody say church. Now, y'all sleep on churches. Churches got some good chicken. Now, you might be sick after the fact because all that grease, but that chicken be banging.
I haven't had churches in a long time.
Jollibee is good, knockout. Jollibee is good.
I used to when I was, younger. I haven't been to a flea market in a long time, but
Me
after we go to the
neither.
flea market, we used to go over to churches. The
Mhm.
flea market used to be banging. They have all these different shops and stores. And I don't know, I don't know how the flea markets are now, but
Mhm.
back in the day, they have different music. It's like every
Mhm.
store, but it didn't
Mhm.
have no walls. It was just all
Mhm.
open. It was like a big
Mhm.
space, a flea market. I used to
Yep.
love that.
I haven't been to a flea market in a long time either. That's funny you say that. Because that's where you can get like, I think the one I went to, they had funnel cakes and turkey legs and sausage on a stick. They had all kind of stuff. Why are you trying to purchase all this stuff too? People love Church's chicken. Hey, Church's chicken does have those honey biscuits. They put the honey on top of the biscuit. Them
Mm.
biscuits were good.
I
The pop,
haven't
I
really
mean,
tried Jamaican food to tell you if I like it or not. I haven't tried it.
oh, I had some good Jamaican food. I'm not gonna tell you where I live on here. I'll tell you personally
Yeah,
because I
you
don't
got
nobody
that.
coming.
You be
People
crazy.
somebody come looking for me. But I
Mhm.
had some great Jamaican food here. I had some great oxtails, rice and peas, and I think it was cabbage. It was really, really good.
Mhm.
Bessemer Flea Market in Alabama. You know what? Eye to the sky. I have not had a jalapeno bomber in a long time. I don't eat out a lot. KFC serves man meat in the chicken.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm from Chicago. I don't eat pizza like that. But if I had to select a pizza, I would do New York style because I like thinner crust. So Giordano's, all of that crust is a little too thick for me. It's a little too much. I would prefer like a thin slice.
Mm. No, I like a regular slice. I
Right,
don't
V.
like to do the thins, just the regular.
So you
But
like pan?
regular. I didn't say thick. I said regular. Regular. But when I eat my pizza, I don't
Hmm.
eat it regular because one of my favorite dishes to eat, fun fact, is oatmeal. And I love
Mm.
oatmeal, like peaches and cream oatmeal
Hmm.
or strawberry and cream oatmeal with pizza because I have a thing. I like salt and sweet at the same time. So I like something
Yes.
sweet and I like something salty at the same time.
Yeah. 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 I love. You know what? I got burnt out on oatmeal though, because when I a couple years ago, I did a whole lifestyle change of how I eat, and I was eating clean, and I was eating a lot of oatmeal. And just one day, I went to eat it, and it became the texture of it grossed me out, and I
Okay,
don't know what
stop,
happened.
stop. I don't need to hear that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Eat your oatmeal. I'm just telling
Okay,
you, I
thank
love it
you.
too.
Yeah, okay, that's another thing. I'm very funny when it comes to food. If I'm eating something and you're grossed out, I think it's so disrespectful for anybody to say, "Ew, you eating that? Oh
Oh, I
my God, I can't believe you eat that. That is so nasty." Let me tell you, I didn't ask you that. I don't want to hear
yeah,
that.
no.
I don't
That's
want
one thing
that
I don't
in my
say.
mind when I'm eating. I don't need to think
Yeah,
about your story. Please do not
yeah.
ruin that experience for me. Okay. I'd rather not hear it.
For me, do you like seafood?
Yeah, but I don't want to see how it's made. Like I don't want to go to the farms. I don't want to see them getting sliced. I don't want to see none of that.
Yeah. Now I can
I
agree
don't want
with that.
to smell it. I don't want to smell that shit. Hell no.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
because going
like
to
to
like
be
the butcher
ignorant.
shop.
Make me ignorant. What they say, ignorant is bliss. I don't want to know everything. I don't
I
want to know.
traveled I traveled to an international country a couple of years ago and they pulled that seafood out and they were serving it with the head on it. I said, "You got to take that back, baby. I can't eat that like that." I mean, it was too fresh. I was like, "That's too fresh." I didn't want it.
No,
Somebody said Garrett's popcorn. Come on, Garrett's. If you from Chicago, right? You know about Jewtown back in the day. You know about Garrett's popcorn, gyros, spicy Chinese food, Doc's fish, Checkers, Uno's, Giordano. Come on now, Harold's.
well, I got any good TV shows on Netflix you think I should watch, you guys? Put it in the comment section. I just want
Ooh.
to let y'all know Xfinity, they're doing a sale. Okay. If you want a new phone, they have a thing where they're going to pay for the first year for your line. You don't
Mm,
have to have no bill, okay? And you just get a new line with them for 1 year. And it's going to be unlimited Xfinity, okay? So yeah. And I want
mm.
to know about this because I'm looking at getting a new phone. I'm looking
Okay.
at the Pixel 9. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of things about it as far as the picture quality. They says I saw it. It looks really good. Do anybody got a Pixel 9 Google phone? press 2, or just tell me, how do you like it?
Now, my sister's boyfriend, he always has an Android. Those cameras are so nice. The camera, the quality of it, and I have an iPhone, but the quality.
Is that an Android?
The Pixel is an Android.
Oh, okay. So the Google.
It's a Google.
Okay. So you like it?
Yeah, I like. Now I don't have one, but I like his. When he takes pictures, or like his processor, it's really fast. It's nice. But I've been with iPhone for so long. Everything I have is Apple, so I just stick with it. Who was it asked me about milk toast? Come on, Cheryl.
Well, Apple, they have a thing where I guess if you upgrade to the 16, what they say, tell me, if you upgrade to the 16 Pro, then I think that the phone is for free. You know, you still have to be on one of their pro plans, but you get a free phone. So I don't know.
You might as well wait for the 17 now, because I'm sure it's about to come out, unless you just want the free phone.
I mean, the 17 not gonna come out to when?
I think they come out around like August, September.
We are in March.
Hey, but if you can get it for free, get it for free. And it's just a little bit smaller. I have a Pro Max.
It's not about getting it for free. It's about it's a deal, because I'm looking at the Pro 9. So I'm not going to just get it. And it's not for free, because I'm still going to have to pay.
Yes,
you know, but it's a deal versus just doing it by myself, you know. So it's just about finding what's really working for you. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this. I need to get more information about it, but they're saying that we might be going into a recession, that a lot of the stocks are down. People are saying this is a good time, you guys, to invest, because they say usually goes up. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. But anybody, are y'all investing in some stock right now? What stock are you guys investing in? Okay, give me some tips.
I invest in my company.
Mm-hmm.
But the 401k is down. Oh my goodness. I think Divine Goddess is asking if she can come to the StreamYard.
No, because we're about to close it out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, next time. Love you, boo. All right, and we out, you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Bye.
Love y'all. Peace.